19 News, I'm Garrison Hardy.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 Ps. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
How you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Quick rundown of the headlines here. U.S. and Ukraine agree on 19-point peace plan. But the question becomes, were the slight changes made as the U.S. and the Ukrainians talked, will they be accepted or denied by the Russians? In particular, Ukraine, with Zelensky making public demands that we will only sign a peace deal if the Russians continue to, we won't do it if they continue to bomb us. We'll only sign it if they stop bombing us. A few hours later, the Russians dropped cruise missiles, hypersonics, all across Kiev, hitting crucial power plants and power infrastructure. So that was your message. We will see if this actually is going in the right direction. Secretary Rubio, Secretary of State, feels very happy about it, that they are making progress. We've oddly seen Foreign Minister Lavrov, who for years has been very prominent in Russian politics and Kremlin politics. He's been a bit sidelined after things went awry behind the scenes with a phone call with Marco Rubio. So maybe, just maybe, Putin and the Kremlin are ready to actually accept a deal, get this deal done. And though it's only an American holiday, what a Thanksgiving it might be, maybe we'll have peace and start to rebuild things by Christmas. But apparently they also, as we do this rundown of headlines, big year for liberal media companies, more and more folks investing money in left of center, or which really is just fellow traveler progressives with the communists. But left of center, some are more corporatist, I'll give them that. They want to defend the war party and whatnot, and they've never seen a war they don't want to support until it goes like really bad under a Republican. Then you can criticize them like crazy, but they'll cheerlead for any sort of war or freak out that you want to pursue. We'll get into details of how the left is starting to play more and more of the online game and heading into new media. James Carville has a long op-ed offering a new strategy for Democrats, less woke and more anger. That might just work. New polling reveals just how bad, though, the Democrats' shutdown stunt backfired on them. The Democrats are looking to set limits on Trump's White House ballroom, so priorities are really high. House Republican predicts more resignations are coming following Marjorie Taylor Greene's departure, which, given that thin majority there, they're running out of time. Speaker Johnson might not be speaker much longer if you keep getting Republicans leaving office. We have odd stories as well. Like there's an aristocrat who's seeking a quote unquote good female breeder. Not a good woman, not a good wife. He's looking for a good female breeder to provide him with male heirs. And the requirements are quite something. New study came out saying human brains have 5 distinct ages or epochs as human beings go through the different seasons of life. One crazy story about a thief who decided to dress up like his dead mother and a Mrs. Doubtfire ruse to steal her pension. His mom's dead, so he dresses up to steal the money owed to her. A Clinton-appointed judge just dismissed James Comey and Letitia James' indictments. Wonder if that could be appealed. There's a claim of the sneaky addiction of marijuana. Seniors are getting stoned every day. Why are y'all still picking on marijuana and cannabis? Seniors are taking pain pills every day. Seniors are taking blood pressure medicine every day. Seniors are taking sleeping pills every day. And if you took all those things away, those seniors might be a bit miserable, right? There are people on psych drugs, have high anxiety. They're taking Xanax every day. And if you take it away, they're probably not going to have a good time. But this article from AP is saying, well, marijuana is just as bad. These seniors are getting stoned every day. And if they don't have their marijuana, they don't function very well. Doesn't that go for every other drug that seniors in particular are taking every day? Nonsense. Trump is considering a 2-year Obamacare subsidy deal, I think just to kick the can down the road on the issue. Because as much as the Republicans say, we've got plenty of ideas, and the Democrats are like, we want single payer, this was always the plan. I don't think anybody's ready to actually tackle the mess, the absolute garbage that is our healthcare system. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people that work in healthcare are great. I've seen it firsthand. We're very good at responding to emergency situations in a lot of cases. But in terms of the cost and how certain middlemen are making bank off this current structure in healthcare in America, well, it probably has to change. And of course, locally, looking at a story here, Montgomery records 11th pedestrian fatality of 2025. So not only are people dying on the streets of Montgomery after midnight with gunshots, and sometimes they're, adults, sometimes they're like 15 years old, but now 11 people this year in Montgomery have been hit by a car or hit by something. I'm assuming a car, maybe a motorcycle. That's how you say it. Then the real important story, because I know this is deep in a lot of, especially you boomers' hearts. And I say that with love. Boomer libs and boomer cons. The city of Montgomery has done a ribbon cutting ceremony. They have cut the ribbon on new pickleball courts that are free to use. The city's Parks and Recreation Department has opened 11 acrylic courts at Dean Fane Park, which is on Minnie Brown Road, 8700 Minnie Brown Road, just off East Chase Parkway. Pickleball, baby. Pickleball. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed says the new courts are part of the city's commitment to promoting active lifestyles and expanding recreational opportunities, and pickleball is a perfect option. We want people to know that it's not as intense as something like tennis. They can work on it. They can learn how to play it, and it's fun for the whole family. This is a sport that allows me to get outside. Wait, Mayor Reed plays pickleball? I want to see that. I want to see the mayor playing pickleball. I didn't know he played pickleball. But I do have this image of maybe elected officials at the local level all over the river region. Image of some 60-plus-year-old white guy with long tube socks, and he's bringing back the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson shorts and just smashing all the livelong day. Don't step on the pickleball court unless you're ready to play, son. Now, I'm sure others will have more of a nice, fun time. Apparently, if you've never played pickleball, the Bell Road YMCA is offering pickleball courses for beginners. So you can learn before your boomer uncle or grandfather is able to destroy you on the court. But, that's great, right? More activities in Montgomery. We now have pickleball courts. But back to the other local story. This is from WAKA 8 Action News. Came out yesterday. A person has died after being hit by a car in Montgomery, making this the 11th such fatality in the city this year. Police say at about 2:20 a.m. Friday, November 21st, they were called to the 1200 block of East South Boulevard. That location is near the Narrow Lane Road intersection. That's where they found 18-year-old Shelby McGee Jr. of Montgomery, who suffered life-threatening injuries. He was taken to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Police say the driver who hit McGee fled the scene before they arrived and released no other information. That's 11 this year. Sometimes you got to worry about the gun. Put away the gun for the future's sake. Don't be another number for the Undertaker. But also, look both ways before you cross the street. 272-9228 if you want to jump in on any of this I just laid out. But I want to go back to this big international news. It looks like a peace plan is actually in the works. The Trump administration's Army Secretary sat down Tuesday with Russian officials in Abu Dhabi to present a slimmed-down plan to end Moscow's 33-month invasion of Ukraine. Dan Driscoll arrived in the Middle East after representatives from Washington and Kiev hammered out a revised framework to end Europe's deadliest conflict since World War II. The Ukrainians have agreed to the peace deal, a U.S. official said. There are some minor details to be sorted out, but they have agreed to a peace deal. Well, those minor details might be sticking points, but the new plan, said to include about 19 points, no longer requires that Ukraine give up all of its eastern Donbass region to Russia, one of the most contentious elements of the 28-point framework that Driscoll presented to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky last week. Instead, the issue of territorial claims will be left to President Trump and Zelensky to hammer out at a later date. Two people familiar with the discussion told, I'm reading here from the New York Post. Ukraine National Security Advisor Rustem Umerov said on X early Tuesday that Kiev wanted to arrange a Zelensky visit to the U.S. at the earliest suitable date in November to complete final steps and make a deal with President Trump. Late Monday and throughout Tuesday, Secretary Driscoll and team have been in discussions with the Russian delegation to achieve a lasting peace in Ukraine, a U.S. Army spokesman said in a statement today. The talks are going well, and we remain optimistic. Secretary Driscoll is closely synchronized with the White House and the U.S. interagency, as these talks progress. However, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told reporters in Moscow that the plan needed to keep, quote, key understandings that Kremlin tyrant Vladimir Putin thought he had reached with Trump on their August 15th summit in Anchorage, Alaska. After Anchorage, when we thought these understandings had already been formalized, there was a long pause, Lavrov said. And now the pause has been broken by the introduction of this document. A whole series of issues there, of course, require clarification. The new plan also eliminates a requirement that Ukraine give up any ambitions of joining NATO, described by Putin as one of the quote-unquote root causes of the invasion. Following weekend talks between U.S. and Ukrainian officials in Geneva, Switzerland, Zelensky predicted on X that Russia would try to derail this opportunity for an agreement and to prolong the war. We can see which interests are intertwined and who is trying to weaken our position. Ukraine's position, spreading disinformation, intimidating our people, Zelensky said. We are countering every such attempt to derail the end of the war. The White House had previously pushed for Ukraine to sign the 28-point peace outline by Thanksgiving, though Trump claimed Saturday it did not constitute a quote-unquote final offer, while Secretary of State Rubio said Sunday the framework was a living, breathing document. Multiple U.S. and Ukrainian officials said Monday the initial plan amounted to a Russian quote-unquote wish list to end the war that bore little resemblance to the revisions hammered out in Geneva. Very few things are left from the original version, Ukrainian First Deputy Foreign Minister said to the Financial Times on Monday of the new plan. We developed a solid body of convergence and a few things we can compromise on. Of course, overnight, and this is after Zelensky publicly said, if the Russians want peace, they should agree to stop striking us. In response, overnight Monday, Russia launched a wave of attacks on Ukraine's capital, Kiev, with at least 7 people killed in strikes that hit city buildings and energy infrastructure. Russia fired 22 missiles of various types and over 460 drones at Ukraine overnight. The strikes knocked out water, electricity, and heat in parts of Kiev. Video footage posted to Telegram showed a large fire spreading in a 9-story residential building in Kiev's eastern district. Kiev's mayor said 20 people were injured. The Russian Defense Ministry said it targeted military, industrial facilities, and energy assets. The strikes were a response to Ukrainian attack on civilian objects in Russia, the Defense Ministry of Russia added. In a subsequent attack wave, 4 people were killed and 3 were injured in a strike on a non-residential building in Kiev's western district. So the Russians aren't playing, and here's the deal. Trump and them are going to continue to try to hammer this out. I think he really wants this deal done for a lot of reasons. First off, to just stop the killing, but this could be a bigger play, especially as China continues to draw a red line when it comes to Taiwan. So it would be nice to have not only the Middle East settled, if that continues to hold there in the Holy Land, but if you can get Eastern Europe settled and focus just on the Chinese, I think you might be onto something. But the issue with this war in Ukraine, as Trump, I'm sure, has found out, is the Russians are willing to continue until you give the Russians what they want. And you can send more weapons. You can, right now, Trump's on this slightly different thing than Biden did, where they're selling weapons to NATO and the Europeans to then give to the Ukrainians instead of just having a slush fund where we provide ourselves directly. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, honestly. But as long as the Russians believe we can last longer, we can strike you in your capital, even if you rebuild, we can hit you again. We're not giving up until you relent to our demands. Now, it might be that, again, Rubio and Trump and team have figured out the secret sauce to this, and we'll see. And as I mentioned earlier, Lavrov is not exactly running the show anymore in terms of Russian foreign policy, despite his title at this point. So we'll continue to see, I would say, pray that the fighting has actually ended. And it's one thing I've noticed, whether it's Israel and Gaza or it's Russia, Ukraine, once a war gets going, there are a lot of folks that don't want to stop the killing and dying because there's been so much killing and dying. And that's the thing. War makes any cause sacred, even a cause that isn't exactly clear at a certain point. You don't want your brothers to have died in vain. I get it. But at a certain point, you got to stop the killing. You got to stop the carnage. You got to stop destroying stuff. It's a huge waste of lives, resources. And I think this is the instinct that drives the president of the United States. Not like he's some dove or pushover, an namby-pamby or whatever. I think Trump is more than willing to use violent force when necessary. But I think his instinct is, let's build things together. Let's make deals and agreements together. Let's stop the killing fields. So let's, again, hope and pray, at least I am, that the Trump administration can pull this off. In just a second, I want to get into the Democrats and what they're up to. They're building more media infrastructure online and new spaces, and some of it, I've been saying for a while, we could play the partisan game, like, don't the Democrats suck so much? Like, and they do, from a certain point of view. But it's best not to constantly belittle your enemy. It might be wise to build up your enemy to make your victory even all that more glorious. Or it might just be strategic empathy to understand what your opponent is doing. And if the Democratic Party, especially young folks up and coming, new faces, Maybe there's just new avatars for the same behind the scenes folks, but new faces rise up, and they have new institutions and new ways of actually getting out the message. Never act like the Democratic Party is dead, because the Democrats, I think it's the longest lasting political party in the history of the world. And I'm not counting on them going quietly away and just giving up and rolling over and dying. They ain't. And now they're smarting right now. They have no leadership. We'll get into the polling of what's happened with this shutdown stunt. It's very much backfired on them. And a lot of their priorities are not exactly the greatest, but we'll get into the infrastructure they're building out, as well as James Carville's advice. And I don't think it's just Carville suggesting this. There are a lot of folks throwing this down. So we got to hit a quick break. First, this part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And they're Cole Plumbing. They can help you with any and all of your plumbing issues. It could be you got a big problem, like a massive water leak, or God forbid, a gas line leak. Well, they understand time is of the essence. They will get there. And with this proprietary pipelining technology, they can solve the problem with minimal discomfort to you in your home. That means they're not going to tear out a bunch of drywall, dig up a huge hole in your yard looking for the issue. No, again, with precision and expertise, they'll solve that problem. Of course, they can also help you upgrade. Say you want to add new accessories to the bathroom, to the kitchen, new garbage disposal, new toilet, new accessories for the shower. And it could be a small problem too, like a clogged drain you just can't fix, or a drippy faucet, or a toilet that just keeps on running. They can help you with those small issues too. No problem too big or too small for Cole Plumbing. So y'all can check them out today online at coleplumbing.com, or just give them a call direct. Go ahead and save their number, actually, in case of an emergency at 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Big news! Phillips Stunt Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway, still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care, just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Stunt Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And we get into the libs trying to bring themselves back to life and find a new leader. Donald Trump earlier today doing one of the stupidest traditions we have, but he still makes some fun out of it.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this. I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what Melania told me. Darling, I think it would be a nice thing to do. I won't do it, darling. The turkey.
So even Trump can add his own spice to that tradition. Let's go to the phones and talk to James. Hey, James, how you doing?
Oh, Joey, you know how to disarm people, don't you?
I suppose.
Okay. You doing okay today, man?
Yeah.
All right. Where should I start? The $900,000 12 surface pickleball area.
Mm-hmm.
$900,000.
Pickleball courts. People are loving it, especially you boomers out there. Not you in particular, but talk to your friends.
Is there any way they could have been built cheaper than $900,000? I mean, is that... I started to sit down and do the math. How many... I mean, that's not quite... What is that? 700 and... What is that, a surface? 12 into 900,000? I mean, what does that come out to?
That's a lot per court, I'll put it that way.
Yes. Now, Joey, you know we love you out here, right?
I suppose.
Have you ever gone and watched anybody play pickleball?
I try not to.
Okay, here's what I'll tell you. Pickleball, in my humble opinion, is going to mess up a lot of tennis players.
Okay.
It's not the same stroke. All right, different instrument that you are wielding. It's like expecting a baseball player to go out there and start hitting golf balls and improve their batting average.
Right.
I'm personally, anybody that wants to play pickleball, I'm all for them. It's just not for me. I'm still playing tennis, and I do not plan on playing pickleball.
Yeah, the courts are made of acrylic. I mean, I think you could play pickleball easily in just like dirt. Just lay out some lines on the dirt, and there we go.
But here's what I want to say to you, Joey. I don't want to, shatter your image of those pickleball players, but I have seen, like baseball players out there playing pickleball, really fit young men out there playing pickleball. It's not a lot of geriatrics.
From this photo I'm looking at WAKA, that they're getting, if they're not, they're close to geriatric.
Okay. Well, see, within our tennis group, we have mostly your favorite age group, those that were born from 46 to 64.
Mm-hmm.
But we have an 80-year-old who went out this summer, as a matter of fact, that played in the Senior Olympics. He turned 80 like the day before he left to go on the trip to play in the 80 to 85 bracket in Des Moines. And I think there was 12 of those people. And he came in 5th, according to what he told me. And he plays in our group. Man's 80 years old, still plays tennis at a high level. And we have a 79-year-old that plays tennis at a high level. Well, most of them are early 70s.
Okay.
At playing tennis. And you're welcome to join us.
I'm good.
Okay. You don't play tennis, Joey?
No. I don't recall ever taking it seriously. I think I've played once or twice, but no.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's people out there that give lessons. We would love to have you out there, and we got a couple of 40-year-olds as well. All right.
It just sounds like a good way for me to hurt myself.
Well, we don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
We played last Saturday with the courts wet, and nobody fell, not once. But I've seen grown men out there take a couple of tumbles when it was dry.
Oh yeah, man. And it could be you just plant your foot and there goes your Achilles heel, and you're You're 40,
like that,
right?
But to a more serious note, that mess that's going on over in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You and I both understand that's largely about greed in the military-industrial complex, whether it's theirs over there or ours over here, or we're just trying out our toys to see how they work at the expense of death and destruction.
Yep.
But then that goes into that school of thought, Keynesian economics, and we both know what that's about, you more than myself. And here's what else I would suggest to you. Now, I'm gonna whisper this because we don't want everybody to hear.
All right.
3 Days of the Condor. Have you ever seen this?
3 Days of the Condor.
Yes, I've offered it to you before.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched it. So.
The way technology is now, I mean, anybody with the internet can have this stream.
Sure.
But it's a Robert Redford movie.
And Faye Dunaway. Wow.
And I think it would, if you would consider this and watch it, you 3 Days of the Condor, Joey.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It says it's about a bookish CIA researcher comes back from lunch one day to discover his coworkers murdered. I'll stop reading there.
Yes, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
You see, these little snapshots of things like that often mislead you. But I'll leave it at that.
Well,
Joey, I appreciate you, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and in advance, in case, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, brother.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Appreciate you, James.
All right, ta-ta.
We got to hit another break here. First, this part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder. They're at Dillon Rings, and there are not many days left. Christmas will be upon us. It's already the week of Thanksgiving. And gentlemen in particular, I know how you like to procrastinate. I mean, I'm a dude. Let me check. Yes, still a dude. Thank God. Thank God for that. Truly. Okay, I'll get off that. But being a dude, I know I like to procrastinate and just put things off. Go ahead. Get the Christmas shopping done, especially for the lady in your life, or maybe you just want to treat yourself or something like that. But 50 to 70% off. They have the hottest selling item of the year there at Dillon Rings, lab-grown diamond jewelry. Lab-grown diamond hoops and line bracelets, 50% off. Lab-grown diamond stud earrings, 70% off. Limited quantities in stock. So you got to get them as stocking stuffers before they're gone. And, when people see diamonds on you, how many folks are going to be like, so are those lab-grown? No, they're just going to be like, look at the sparkle. Look at the shimmer and shine. And I'm looking at some of them here, a whole slew of videos. You can actually catch how these lab-grown diamonds look through light as you move around them. Just go to Dillon Rings' Facebook page. It's DYLA Rings on the Book of Faces. And folks, again, it's 50 to 70% off. Incredible deal. Of course, they have all sorts of other great deals going on. We're running out of shopping days before Christmas, so you need to get by there to Dillon Rings. That's 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fella on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The Commerce Department reports retail sales rose slightly in September following 3 months of big gains as Americans continue to spend. Significant gains on Wall Street yesterday, stocks getting a lift from rising hopes that the Federal Reserve will cut its main interest rate again next month. Best Buy is raising its profit and sales expectations ahead of the holiday shopping season after a strong third quarter. Comparable store sales at the nation's largest consumer electronics chain rose 2.7%, fueled by computing, gaming, and mobile phones. It was the biggest gain in 3 years for the Minnesota-based retailer. Broadcasting giant Sinclair has submitted a bid to buy out EW Scripps for $7 per share. The deal could bring further consolidation of America's local TV news landscape. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. A tornado watch is now in effect for the area with showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong, possibly severe, this afternoon, this evening, and tonight, with the threat of damaging wind gusts, large hail, and a few tornadoes. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications. High today around 80. Low tonight down to about 58. Much cooler weather will follow. Breezy, cool sunshine with a high temperature only in the upper 60s. Down to the 30s on Wednesday night. The high on Thanksgiving only in the 50s. Stay weather aware from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Last week, Democratic donor advisors, philanthropists, and organizations gathered at the Conrad Hotel. How about that, James? In Washington, D.C., for a convening of the Democracy Alliance. A longtime major donor collaborative on the left. Do we have any collaboratives on the right, or is that just a fruity liberal thing? I mean, we might need to consider them, even if they're fruity, if they're effective. Let's get more collaboratives going. Among the attendees was a new class of progressive media entrepreneurs seeking funding for their ventures and hoping to build a real counter to the right's massive media machine. This was just one of many major donor convenings since Election Day 2024, in which Democrats have gathered in private to lament their disadvantages in the media landscape. Operatives and founders have spent the past year urging donors and their advisors to make serious long-term investments in quote-unquote communications infrastructure. A few dozen pitch decks have circulated widely, often anchored by charts and graphics about partisan imbalances online. Indeed, 1 year since their catastrophic election loss, Democrats still face a decisive disadvantage in the media space. Oh, that's so sad. Y'all dominated the media space for how many generations? For how many decades? Should have been paying attention 10, 20, 30 years ago. Instead of maybe trying to deplatform and cancel people like Rush Limbaugh, perhaps you should have been building. But Democrats do still face a decisive disadvantage in the media space, from YouTube to the podcast charts. On top of that, several media builders and donor advisors types that funding, they're saying that funding for many new projects has been too slow to move. Still, with or without major financial backing, a new ecosystem of liberal media companies and brands is being born. 2025 has seen several left-of-center media operations emerging and scaling rapidly. These new media organizations exist on a broad spectrum, from hard news, leftist investigative outlets with no affiliation with liberal mega donors, to pro-DNC creator cohorts, regularly interviewing politicians like Hakeem Jeffries. Man, that's got to make the charts go crazy. Who doesn't want to listen to a podcast with Hakeem Jeffries? Now, if Hakeem could just be himself, maybe he's got something. Right now, the problem is a lot of these folks still come across as inauthentic, even if you're on a so-called podcast. Some are growth hackers on YouTube, while others are savvy Substack media companies, content production studios, or pie-in-the-sky cultural investments. Some of them seem like genuinely good ideas, deserving a lot of support, while others may elicit criticism as a waste of time and resources. Few are doing just fine without philanthropic juicing, having already generated millions of dollars in revenue or attracted billions of content views. Others are struggling to secure funding or remain squarely in the conceptual stage. But these are more than 24 lefty media plays. They reach different audiences on different platforms with very different strategies and motivations. I mean, my sense would be look at more of the grassroots. So Midas Touch, founded as a PAC in 2020, added over 2 million subscribers on YouTube and climbed the podcast charts by publishing content at a relentless pace. Their videos are brash and straightforward, optimized to get liberal boomers to pay attention, with video titles like GOP leaders look for exit as Trump destroys party. They're onto something, though, with that amount of subscribers. I think 15 million in annual recurring revenue. Not bad. Other brands like Crooked Media and The Bulwark publish more substantive content for politically curious, liberal-leaning audiences, and they've both had banner years on YouTube, in the podcast space, and by hosting in real-life events. Earlier this month, Crooked Media threw its first ever large-scale conference called CrookedCon, which attracted a sold-out crowd of operatives and political junkies. The company's flagship show, Pod Save America, has remained high on the podcast charts. Meanwhile, The Bulwark has built a solid operation of original reporting via its newsletter vertical, which has brought them more than 100,000 paid subscribers to Substack, a major milestone. So, good for them. These guys, I've noticed, you've also got others that are jumping more on the TikTok, whether it's Now This or Courier, which has doubled its online audience since Election Day, from more than 4 million followers and subscribers to 8.5 million in just a few months. Pretty crazy. So they're going to continue to try to build. They're going to continue to try to make this work. But I don't know if it's actually in the cards for these folks. I don't know if it's actually there at all. Again, 272-9228. In a second, I want to go to James Carville. He's got his advice for the libs. And actually, as much as Carville can just be over the top and just like tired of these preachy women on party, he also, I think, has good instincts, no doubt. His headline is Out with Woke, In with Rage. Isn't that like a Dylan Thomas poem? Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Oh, There's a puppet dog in the studio. But this, I got to hit a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Are you ready for some football? Whether you yell War Eagle or Roll Tide, if you're fourth and goal, then it's time you call in a special team, Alabama Home Mortgage. I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage, where we make mortgages easy. With a starting lineup like ours, you can rest assured that you are dealing with the MVPs of the mortgage industry here at Alabama Home Mortgage. Do you feel like you're being blocked on every play? Take a time out and make the call that will change it all. Call Alabama Home Mortgage at 567-4223, or you can visit our website, myalabamahomemortgage.com. Together, we can create the playbook that will lead to your financial victory. Don't let the clock run out. Call Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. 567-4223. Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. War Eagle, Roll Tide. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender. Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Our partnership with Blue Water Broadcasting has reached thousands of listeners in the river region. People listen, people call. Now there's mortgage savings for us all.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back, folks. Let's break out of normal show mode because Rich Thomas is here in the studio. Hello, Rich.
How are you, Joey?
I'm always love seeing you, but it also means something's going on when I see you this time of day.
You know, Kelly outside this door said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "It's never good. It's never good when you see my face." Yeah, we have a tornado watch in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. It includes all the counties as far east as Elmore and Montgomery County. And the Storm Prediction Center is seeing a very juiced up atmosphere. For instance, it's 82 in Montgomery. We just hit the record from 1973, and we did that in the lunch hour. And it's 68 on the dew point. Now that may not mean anything to you, but that's very juicy air. So we have storms that are starting to rotate. I see the storm of the moment is in Elmore County, near Prattville. There's no warning for it right now. But by the way, if you don't have our weather app, I would get it on your phone or tablet now, because it knows where you are, and it will instantly, you'll hear my voice coming out of your phone telling you that you are under a warning. It's all you have to do is search Rich Thomas Weather and allow notifications in the App Store. If you live in a mobile home or a manufactured home, look, they're beautiful, they're nice. I'm not trashing them. I'm just saying, get out. Go to find a friend that you trust and go to their structure if they have a better structure. Some churches are always open during tornado watches. They're so-called safer places. So we're here, and we're going to be watching it. And meanwhile, I'll be listening to the Joey Show live.
Can I ask you a quick question here?
No,
no,
not at all.
No, seriously, with the temperature, I didn't know we just broke a record at lunchtime, and that high dew point. I guess that means because of all the moisture that's out there with that temperature, this particularly can kick things up pretty quick.
There is a laundry list this long of things that have to happen for a tornado situation, and those two are way up there, temperature and dew point. But also you have to have certain crosswinds. In other words, the winds at the surface are out of the southeast. The winds aloft are more out of the southwest. Well, that tends to start a spinning kind of motion. So that's part of it too. But we're going to sit. I want to sit here and be quiet and listening to you.
Well, I'm looking at your radar on your app right now. And I'm seeing this whole band. It's going to be a rocky afternoon, folks. And Rich will be here, and you'll get the app, the Rich Thomas app. I have it right here on my phone. It is very useful. It worked for me when I was in Boston a couple of years ago. It works everywhere.
It works everywhere in North America that I know of. I think it worked for me in Jamaica too.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, anyway, I'm here.
We appreciate you, Rich. And El Milliner just stopping by. El, did you see that we now have new pickleball courts?
I saw that.
You play pickleball?
Man, I don't. I probably could.
Yeah, I don't
probably
either.
could.
I mean, I probably could. I don't know if I have much interest though.
Yeah, I don't know, but it is popular though.
Oh, it definitely
has grown
popular.
a whole lot. Yeah, it's grown a whole lot.
What, it was $900,000 for like 12 courts, I think.
Something like, hey man, we got a lot of money in Montgomery now.
Got a lot of money.
We have a lot of money now.
Yeah,
That's what they tell us.
No, and there are a lot of folks who are all over the moon about it. And God love you, I don't want to knock y'all's fun, but
yeah,
when I see announcements like new pickleball courts, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, hey, well, you know, maybe we get some other kind of part.
And then another local thing, as we just we got like 3-4 minutes till the top of the hour. I saw that's just like, it's startling. This, after yesterday, the 11th person as a pedestrian to be hit by a car and killed in Montgomery.
Oh, it's wild in Montgomery.
And this was, I'm thinking, what is this? It was an 18-year-old who was hit at like 2 a.m. I think.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm like, what do you do at 2 a.m. out there? Like, what the heck is that story? Because the police didn't release any more information regarding it.
No, yeah. It's ridiculous in Montgomery. It's something I've been talking about for the last probably 2-3 years at least.
Yeah.
Where we've seen an uptick, and even Julie Beard made a comment about it at a city hall meeting about Montgomery ranking so high when it comes to pedestrian accidents and pedestrian deaths.
Yeah, like today, as I'm coming back from working out and I'm going down the interstate, there's just a guy just walking on the side of the interstate.
Yeah.
I'm like,
all the time, man. Hey, they push carts up and down the highway. They wear dark colored clothes at nighttime.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's one woman in this area, God bless her. And I don't mean that ironically. It isn't the way we say in Alabama. I mean, truly, God bless her, but I don't think she's right in the head.
Mm-hmm.
She's always got a grocery cart, and she's in the middle of Carmichael Road. She's in the middle of Perry Hill.
Yep.
She's up. Often you'll see her around Fresh Market, and I'm sure the police know her at this point.
Yep.
But like, if somebody's going to be out and about in that way, it just suggests. I remember when first the homeless stuff got going here, people said, "Well, don't give them money. We have this nonprofit. Just give our nonprofit money, and we'll help." And yet, you still see the problem persist. And when you have folks, it's one thing to be homeless. It's another thing if you're hanging out at major intersections around the interstate,
right?
Or major intersections. I believe this was on Southern Boulevard, right at the narrow lane intersection.
Yeah,
This latest one happened.
Yep.
These things are going to occur.
Man, they've happened, man. Norman Bridge Road. There was a guy, a kid pretty much hit down. I think last year he got off work from like Crystal's or whatever restaurant right there and hit. And the thing about it is these people get killed and they never find out who did it.
Oh yeah, because they get hit and the person speeds off and they're gone.
Like, I guess what's the app called that they have with MPD, like Star Watch or something?
Yeah, it's the Star Watch system.
What's going on? Like, it's not helping.
Well, people have to buy in, and they've been pumping it up for years. If you got cameras on your property, commercial or residential, please buy into Star Watch. And I don't know how much the buy-in is at this point.
Yeah, so it'd be nice. It'd be nice if we had this type of information, right, to the public. Like,
yeah. And it would be nice to have more and more of a presence just in terms of traffic enforcement, though I know they're concerned with other things as well. And I mean, again, as I'm leaving, working out this morning, right there, going on to 85 southbound off of Taylor Road, there was a police SUV there, and it was a 3-car wreck, and they were handling it quickly and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's good. But we need more manpower in this city for all sorts of stuff, for the very serious stuff, like when 15-year-olds end up shot and dead, but definitely for things like traffic enforcement. And when you get lax on these things, that's when you start to see these sort of issues crop up. And I was shocked to see this is the 11th person hit by a car and killed in Montgomery this year.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. We see the small things are being exacerbated, or they're exacerbating the more serious things. That's how it works, people. You deal with the small issues, you don't have so many big issues to deal with it. That's how it works.
Now we got to hit the top of our break. First, before I hit the break, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro Ashley and that great team ready to help you out with any and all your pest control needs. And I do mean any and all. You should get subscribed. They have a monthly subscription model now. That way you can control your cost when it comes to your pest control. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of y'all, you're spending way more on streaming services. You never, let's watch the last season of Stranger Things. And then you never look at Netflix again for a year at most. And you're paying all this money every month.
Just wasting.
So instead, get great pest control from a great local company. It's one of the best success stories out of COVID here in the local area. Ashley's a great entrepreneur and just a great person at the end of the day, always helping out other nonprofits, great local causes, other businesses. And so it starts with basic pest control. You can add on top of that like termite protection and inspection, mosquito protection when the time is right.
Oh, yeah, we hate those.
Oh, man, don't get me started.
Yeah, they love me. I don't know what it is.
Likewise. And then, of course, they're looking to help you out. No, it's what Rich Thomas just said. It was 82 midday, which is crazy on November 20-something. But, yeah, this will probably subside. We'll get the cooler weather, and that's when the little critters are going to try to get inside. So call up Pest Pro Services. Ask about their wildlife control service to make sure no little pests, squirrels, rats, mice, snakes, birds, whatever it is, raccoons, God forbid, are taking up residence in your home, your residence. And, of course, they'll get the animals out. They will seal up the whole house, make sure they can't get back in, and they'll even do checks around the surrounding area to see conditions, see if something you're not aware of is attracting these critters in the first place. So y'all check out Pest Pro Services today. You can always look at them online, learn more at ppsriverregion.com, or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces, or call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and L, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
SRN News, I'm Paul Agnew in Washington. President Trump kept the Thanksgiving tradition alive today, pardoning two turkeys named Gobble and Waddle in the Rose Garden. The birds will retire to North Carolina State University's Poultry Science Department after a stay at the Willard Hotel. 7 people have lost their lives after Russia unleashed another overnight barrage on Ukraine. Authorities say missiles and drones slammed into homes and energy sites, sparking fires and knocking out utilities. Kiev calls it one of the largest attacks in several months. A wrongful death lawsuit accuses Tesla of lethal design flaws. The suit claims a Model 3 accelerated without warning and its emergency braking failed before a fiery crash in Tacoma, Washington. Bystanders then tried to save the trapped couple inside, but couldn't open the doors, which rely on battery power, a system critics call a death trap in the case of emergencies. This is SRN News.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
In sports, it's the dream team. And if your car is out of warranty, there's a team for that as well. You, the driver, your mechanic, and Endurance to pay for the repair bills. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance auto protection plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-454-4558. That's 800-454-4558. 800-454-4558.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. A tornado watch is now in effect for the area with showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong, possibly severe. This afternoon, this evening, and tonight, with the threat of damaging wind gusts, large hail, and a few tornadoes. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications. High today around 80. Low tonight down to about 58. Much cooler weather will follow. Breezy, cool sunshine with a high temperature only in the upper 60s. Down to the 30s on Wednesday night. The high on Thanksgiving only in the 50s. Stay weather aware from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A person has died after being hit by a car in Montgomery. 18-year-old Shelby McGee was struck by a vehicle early Friday morning on East-South Boulevard near Narrow Lane Road. McGee later died at a local hospital. The driver who hit McGee fled the scene before police could arrive. This is the 11th pedestrian fatality in the city so far this year. City officials cut the ribbon Monday on a new pickleball complex in East Montgomery. The 12 state-of-the-art courts are located on the 40-acre sports complex at Dean Fane Park, just off Minnie Brown Road. The $900,000 project broke ground in early March and is the 5th pickleball location in Montgomery. The city of Montgomery will honor the memory of Rosa Parks and the 70th anniversary of the Montgomery bus boycott on Monday. Rosa Parks was arrested on December 1st, 1955 after refusing to give up her seat on a city bus. Her arrest led to the Montgomery bus boycott and the beginning of the modern civil rights movement. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
You're in the studio with me.
We is here.
We're going to make this like a regular kind of Tuesday thing whenever you're free. I think it's cool.
Hey, it works for me, man.
Now, I've been teasing this for a little while, and it'll be fun to like kick this around. This is James Carville writing at the New York Times. It's a guest essay in the opinion section of the New York Times. The headline is "Out with Woke, In with Rage."
Isn't that what they do already?
I thought so. There's a lot of rage. I've noticed.
Isn't that their motto?
Yeah, I've noticed a little bit of rage. So, I mean, how like the most ridiculous Alabama base story is the lady who was wearing the penis outfit in Fairhope at a No Kings protest. And a cop's like, "Ma'am, like this is not right." And it's now been raised up to like it's a huge free speech issue, and we'll see what the courts decide. But
yeah,
I have a sense that municipalities have a right to create their own little standards.
Yeah.
Like, Halloween party or even downtown at the bars, whatever. But like a bunch of kids out there, I don't know about the penis outfit. But it takes away from some of the rage if you're yelling and screaming about the king.
Yeah, well, definitely, man. I mean, I think we can all agree the lady's nuts, right?
I know some of my family, and I love them all the same. But yeah, there's a little bit of something going on there. But this is what Carville writes. He says, "We are not even 2 weeks from the government shutdown, and the public conversation on the matter has fled the building. This shows, no matter what you believe, there's a simple truth. The shutdown will have zero lasting consequence for next year's midterms." Well, that might be wishful thinking because the Democrat poll numbers did not look good coming out of that. But I don't think what was the point of it? I didn't quite understand it. But the only thing, writes James Carville, that will persevere is economic pain. He's right. And that's exactly why Democrats won on November 4th. Zohar Mamdani, Abigail Spanberger, Mickey Cheryl, even down ballot Georgia Democrats all won with soaring margins because the people are pissed. And the people always point their anger at the party in charge. Rent is out of control. Young people can't afford homes or pay student debt. We're living through the greatest economic inequality since the Roaring 20s. Yeah, but most of that is blue-run liberal cities.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that actually is just true. It's interesting how but it's not in our backyard. It's the whole nation that's got the inequality. Right?
Yeah.
But before I keep going with this, this is Carville's pitch in the 90s when Clinton wins. It's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
And I think his instincts on this are correct at the end of the day. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
President Trump has done nothing, writes James Carville, to curb the cost of what it requires to take even a breath in America today, the centerpiece promise of his 2024 campaign. The people are revolting, and they have been for some time.
They're revolting?
Yeah, I don't know about the revolting.
Democrats winning in blue cities is revolting. Democrats winning in blue run states that's revolting. Oh, okay. All right. Let's keep going.
And also, some prices have come down, not enough. And also, the problem with inflation is you could say we're not adding to the problem anymore, but we're still at huge levels above where we were in 2019 after we spun up the money printers for COVID.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. So
this offers Democrats the greatest gift you can have in American politics, writes James Carville, a second chance. I am now an 81-year-old man, and I know that in the minds of many, I carry the torch from a so-called centrist political era. Yet it is abundantly clear, even to me, that the Democratic Party must now run on the most populist economic platform since the Great Depression. Honestly, I'm not one who's usually give the Democrats advice, but so far, what he's putting down is correct. It is time for Democrats to embrace a sweeping, aggressive, unvarnished, unapologetic, and altogether unmistakable platform of pure economic rage. This is our only way out of the abyss. Just as we did in 2018 and even in 2022, it's all but certain that Democrats will turn out urban and suburban voters in the midterms, specifically the kind of people who vote regularly. At this point, it's a damn near guarantee for our party, and we must continue to surge these voters. What we must also do is build a platform that helps us permanently uproot the Republican advantage in more rural regions. This can be done only with good old-fashioned economic populism, both in message and measure. Yeah, but here's the issue. And I think populism is right, and economic populism is not necessarily a terrible thing to run on. But this is where we're stuck. Populism, especially, I'm sure the way the Democrats are going to present it is free stuff. I'm going to give you stuff. I'm going to give you a bunch of more stuff. And the issue with giving people more stuff, it's like, I have a heart. I would help. I would love to help out somebody who's raising kids and you need a little assistance from the government.
Yep.
But say it's childcare. Oh, we're going to give you $2,000 a year. Well, the cost of childcare just went up because everybody's got $2,000 now in their pocket. So we're kind of stuck. Our money is not sound anymore. And we've inflated things to such a degree that now the average person and down lower on the economic ladder is really feeling it. It's in Austrian economics, they call it the Cantillon effect. But it's actually a simple idea that when money is created, the first users of that money actually get to use the value of that money, but it devalues everybody else's money. It dilutes it over time. And that's exactly what, think of COVID, like the massive transfer of wealth from mom and pop shops to Main Street to Wall Street. The fat cats in 2008 getting bailed out. And we're now in a position to where, everyday people are working hard, but they can't, especially got kids.
Seeing much from it. Not seeing much from it. And all the inflation that we saw was all manufactured inflation. Like what you're talking about, they're printing the money, right?
Yes.
You're giving people money and then they're going out here and they're using it for everything but what they should be using it for, right? Like paying bills, paying off your debt, and they're going out here buying cars and clothes and that type of thing. And it just creates an environment where everything goes up. Everything.
So Carville goes on. He says, we have to present ourselves, he's talking about Democrats, as adamantly, even angrily opposing the system that is preventing younger rural voters from buying homes, jacking up utility bills, and keeping grocery prices at astronomical levels. It is vital that Democrats with some big old cojones rail against the unjust economic system that has created these conditions. So he wants to end the Fed too? Is Carville now become a Bitcoin guy?
No way.
I don't think that's what he means.
No. There's no way that Democrats would be talking about getting rid of the feds. Like that's just no. That's their go-to. That's what they are.
Right. And this is the problem. What Carville's saying makes a lot of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is the richest counties in this country all vote Democrat.
Yeah.
The vast majority of these richest donors all give to Democrat. The Democrats are still the party of, say, the old coastal elite rich. And they love this economic system. They're very much in the top 1% or the top 10%. And the Democrats have lost big tech, who is now hugging President Trump to a certain degree. Maybe their promises work out. Maybe they don't. I'm growing more skeptical by the day as we don't see actual fruit harvested from all these promises. But the Democrats could talk this big game, but I don't see them actually taking on the economic system as it currently exists. Actually taking it on in a productive way. I don't know.
No, I don't see them doing that. They haven't. When have they done it? Since when?
Yeah,
the 80s, 90s, maybe. Right. I mean, I don't even think they did then. The Democrat Party has always been government leads everything else, right? So it's not about small businesses kind of running the situation. It's about big corporations, and it's about government controlling the corporations.
Yes.
So that's what they've always been about. They've never changed that ideology, right?
Right.
And what he's talking about is, I don't think you get away from that either.
Right.
It's just
he's got a lot of oligarchs that, let's say, run traditional media that don't want their sacred cow gored or slain. And so but he's now going to do a shift. And I already kind of get what he's saying. We need angry, righteous anger, economic populism. The system's broken. We'll fix it somehow. Essentially what Trump ran on.
Yeah.
And instead of all your weird purple hair, like Latinx, whatever it is. So here's what Carville writes. He says, for this to work, we can't get sidetracked on our message. The Republican Party's greatest weapon has always been its uncanny ability to turn us against one another. It cannot be said enough. The era of performative woke politics from 2020 to 2024 has left a lasting stain on our brand, particularly with rural voters and male voters. The term Latinx was despised even by Latino people. Calling folks BIPOC, B-I-P-O-C, should have never been a thing. Defund the police was a terrible idea. Again, this is James Carville writing this. Polling shows that nearly 70% of Americans think the Democratic Party is, quote unquote, out of touch, and that it is more interested in social issues than economic ones. We can no longer be a party with a whiff of moral absolutism. We can correct this only by looking towards the future, always in every situation possible, and pivoting to a form of economic rage as our response. With all this rage, we must also have a bold, simple policy plan, one that every American can understand. In the richest country in the history of the planet, we should not fear raising the minimum wage to $20 an hour. No, we're back to the same old idea.
Hold on a second. I thought we were going in a different direction.
Well, there you go. Just okay. Now, how much more unemployment is that going to create?
Circle right back around to the original stance of Democrats.
And if you look also at the labor force, most folks aren't making the minimum wage. I think it's only like 1-2% of folks are making the minimum wage. And what would happen, especially in this age of all this AI investment, is that it's going to be automated.
That's right.
You don't
even need humans.
Yeah. But that might sell, though, even though I think it's not going to work economically. That might sell. That has, according to one poll, Carville cites 74% approval rating in 2023. We should not fear an America with free public college tuition, which 63% of U.S. adults favor in a 2021 poll. Like I said, though, free stuff. When 62% of Americans say their electricity or gas bills have increased in the past year and 80% feel powerless to control their utility costs, we should not fear the idea of expanding rural broadband as a public utility. Don't we have like satellites that beam internet now?
We sure do. I thought we did.
Why don't you just buy everybody a Starlink hub? That'd be much easier and cheaper.
No, man.
But no, it needs to be a public utility.
Yeah.
And also, he just mentioned utility costs rising. The way you get utility costs down, say in Alabama, is you get people elected at the state level. And I heard Senator Britt talking about this the other day. You get them to hammer Alabama Power and say, why do we have these issues?
Yeah.
in many ways. Oh my goodness.
And Alabama Power just put out the thing saying that they were going to halt, I guess, the increase in service.
Okay.
Till 2027.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's
So,
good.
You know.
That's good enough. And you don't even necessarily have to do a new law. Like, again, it's just a little bit of pressure on them saying, guys, read the room.
Yeah. Maybe James Carville would put a call in, maybe, you know.
And then Carville says, when 70% of Americans say raising children is too expensive, we should not fear making universal child care a public good. What does that even mean, sir? And darn it, we should not fear that running on a platform of seismic economic scale will cost us a general election. We've already lost enough of them by being afraid to try. The era of half-baked political policy is over. If you're a student of history, writes James Carville in his final flourish, the French Revolution is in the American wind. While the stock market soars, Mr. Trump and decades of corruption and morally bankrupt Republican economic agendas have splintered the very heart of the American economy. The few are getting vastly richer while a crushing tide drowns the many. Yet even as Mr. Trump's approval sinks to a low point of his second term, Republicans continue to place their faith in an economy built on pillars of sand, while the people scrape by day after day. This can change. It's time we as a party do too. I mean, you can see why the guy had a job for so long. He's great with the messaging.
Yeah, Joey. Yeah, man. All I really heard from him was that he wants to get away from the wokeness that's in the Democratic Party, which is a bunch of nothingness, to get back to the roots of the Democrats, which is big government controlling corporations, which is going to artificially inflate your pay to a minimum wage of $20. Who knows? It's 20 now. It'd be $50 in 2 years.
Well, and here's the perfect example. What was the shutdown all about? It was about the spiking Obamacare premiums. And because the subsidies were going to run out.
Yeah.
Why do we have the subsidies? Oh, because the initial plan, Obamacare, didn't work.
It failed,
and especially after you remove the individual mandate, a lot of folks are like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for this worthless thing.
That's right.
I remember being in that camp. Like when I first started here at Blue Water, I was not on the companies. And I'm looking at these plans just to cover my butt, not to get the tax penalty. And I'm like, this is clearly not for me. This is like tax on top of, like, you're going to threaten to do a tax penalty, but I'm still paying thousands of dollars in a year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you're stuck in the same place. But Obamacare was meant to give health insurance to all sorts of folks, and we got it up to 95% of people covered. And how did we do it? We really gave a lot of money to the health insurance companies.
Sure did.
And that's
somebody had to get paid.
Right. And that's when, like, you see after the election, Ezra Klein was sitting down with Jon Stewart, and they were talking about all the grant proposals, like the Build Back Better ideas, and the amount of middlemen and approval and back and forth and all these grants. And it's like, mistakes of this magnitude is one of my favorite quotes. Mistakes of this magnitude are not made innocently. Like, it was designed not to get to the ground and help people. It was designed for everybody to
fatten pockets of everybody at all their buddies.
Raise that money in legal graft.
That's right.
And this is what frustrates me. The populace on the right, we hear it from some of them, or the populace on the left, nobody mentions things like, when you bring up the economic system, like the Federal Reserve or how the banking system currently works. And in fact, Democrats are sitting there poo-pooing cryptocurrency and Bitcoin like crazy, being led by the most execrable person in the United States Senate. She's the fat-free ranch of progressivism, Elizabeth Warren. Wretched woman.
Somebody, a Native American lady?
Yeah. Her papa had high cheekbones.
Like Chickasaw or something. Yeah.
Anyway, like,
man,
Carville's got the right idea, I think, but
well, too bad he's only talking to like 3% of Democrats anyway.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm talking about the politicians, that is.
Exactly right. Yeah. Hey, let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, so Carville wants to, like you said, all that's garbage, but he just wants the Democrats to stop with the wokeness and go to economic populism, which is code for be like Madami. What you're going to do is high taxes on the wealthy. You're going to have price controls and all this other kind of stuff. That's what he wants.
That sounds like socialism to me.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. He wants socialism.
And old school economic populism, I believe, would be raising tariffs, protectionism.
Yeah.
Which I could say, I don't know how this is actually going to shake out. Again, I'm waiting to see the fruit born out of this plan Trump's done over the last year. But Trump's already done it. Trump's already done the economic populist thing. And again, people aren't feeling it. So you could sell folks who are really upset that they're not feeling it that, oh, no, now the other party will be my option. And don't take that lightly. But
yeah, but I don't understand. I mean, we had 4 years of Joe Biden completely wrecked the economy with Build Back Better and spending out of control, which was he doubled down on COVID with Build Back Better, and God knows how much money was being thrown all over the place. So then you had your inflation on steroids. That's why you saw inflation over 21% in some cases.
It's crazy.
And you're never going to, that's the problem is with the printing of money, you're never going to see prices go down. I just don't see that's going to ever happen.
No, it won't.
So,
and let me just underline this because I believe it. Read, for instance, the historian Paul Johnson's Modern Times, and there's a whole section on 1930s Germany. A lot of people bring this up to bring up the Nazi parallels and all this stuff. I would say no, the real lesson should be when a society where they're praising Luigi Mangione, where yes, Candace Owens is like, the Jews are behind everything. Like, so you're already starting to see discontent and who to blame and who's the scapegoat we're looking for. All that right now is talk and whatever. People are free to talk now. We got the technology to have the most nonsense ever if you wanted. But all that stuff is set. It's like putting fire to gasoline if you really have an economic depression. And in particular, things like hyperinflation and people are really having trouble eating and doing basic things. That's when all these crazy ideas that are percolating on the fringes actually gain steam. And that's something Trump and I think Vance understand. The problem is it's not just the 4 years of Biden. It's, I think, decades of unsound economic policy that's hollowed us out. It's hard to turn it around within a year or two.
That's right.
I'm glad you picked up the Mangione thing, which I find is ironic as all get out, is all these Democrats are freaking out. Like, it's a big insurance company. It's a big, well, Obamacare, like you said, gave them big insurance companies guarantees.
There it is.
and here you are yelling and screaming about big insurance companies. Look at their stock prices since Obamacare. They were guaranteed premiums.
Right.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And then this guy this dude whacks a CEO, and he's some hero. Well, because he killed a CEO of a big corporation, and which is unbelievable. And they're cheering this guy's death, and you're like, well, hold on a second, y'all enriched the insurance companies. And by the way, the ACA was all intended to go to single payer.
Yep.
It was never intended to fix anything. It was intended to completely fail and collapse the system where you had to have the government take it over.
Yeah. And right now we're on that particular issue stuck. I think Trump was ready to come out with something big and bold, and the Republicans in the Congress said, nope, we ain't going with that. Seriously, I've been saying it as a joke, but Trump is the type of guy that will come out and support single payer, but he'll call it Trump care, and everybody on the Trump train will be for it. And and then the Democrats will hate it.
We just hit 38 trillion in debt, guys. I mean, this thing's unwinding very fast. Look at gold. Gold is, and you're talking about the people that get the dollar early first.
Yeah,
that was the guy Tucker Carlson was talking about that too. But you look, that's the gold going up and doing what it's supposed to be doing is a huge signal that we got a massive problem in this country and actually all over the world.
And
the dollar's not being worth anything.
And also there's a very quiet turf war at the heart of our financial center because of Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies after they passed the Genius Act. In particular, JP Morgan is they don't like being challenged at their prime position of being the intermediary between the government and the rest of the commercial markets. And what Besant and team and Lutnick and team have proposed is essentially using new digital economy assets, whether it's stable coins and Bitcoin being used for long-term storage and collateral. They don't like the idea of being cut out from their prime role. So there's this, as I was looking at it, why is Bitcoin's price all of a sudden dropping so much? I was like, oh, this is as serious as it gets. So, 2026 is primed to be.
You think it's the bank's war against Bitcoin right now?
I think it's the banks understanding that Bitcoin and these things are probably inevitable. So how can we stave it off and put it in a corner, maybe buy it some quietly ourselves? I think the federal government's buying up too quietly. So it's this weird game of like, okay, how can we maintain our position and be the ones leading this new thing as opposed to new up and comers who have been way ahead of them for 10 years now.
Yeah. And what you might see is more acquisitions by other banks too. That's been happening so much in the last probably 10 years.
Well, I think like you said, I think it's artificially being driven down so they can buy as much as they can.
Yes.
Knowing that this stuff is probably going to go up.
Yeah, I've told a lot of folks that have bought Bitcoin because I talk about it. So don't swim with the whales. Like you ain't ready to swim with the whales. Just hold, and anything you buy, at least make it a 5-year window or a 10-year window. Don't be looking to the day-to-day. You're going to lose.
Well, I got my dad. He's like wanting to buy some now. So I'm like, you get on Coinbase, mess around with it and see, of course, don't put everything in there, but just see what you can do. And like you said, it's a buy and hold thing. I mean, you can trade it daily, but if you've been holding it, you don't want to get rid of it because your long-term capital gains can be pretty sizable on it right now.
What is it? Dollar cost averaging? That's not a bad strategy.
Yeah. You can do it. Yep. Do it weekly or monthly. I'm telling you, even Austin can tell you that is like one of the best ways to invest is dollar cost averaging.
Well, I appreciate it as always, Chris. I got to run here.
Yeah. All right, have a happy Turkey Day. Y'all take care.
Thanksgiving. We got to hit a quick break here. First, this entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. They're ready to help you folks out. If you are seeing interest rates fall and you're like, I think it is time to buy that place. And right now it is a buyer's market. So definitely at least start the conversation with Alabama Home Mortgage, or it could be you're looking to refinance to get credit card debt off your back. Could be you want to bring down monthly overhead costs because of just general cost out there. Could be you're in retirement and you don't want to chew through that too quickly. They can help you out there if you built up equity in your home. And of course, they specialize in helping veterans take advantage of the VA home loan programs you veterans earned through your service. I know a lot of y'all still haven't taken advantage of it. You're leaving money on the table. Let Kim and Madeline there at Alabama Home Mortgage help you out and take advantage of those benefits you earned. You can always call them direct at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Dinner at Epicure isn't just dinner, it's an experience. The best steaks in the Southeast, guaranteed. The Brazilian flap steak, you won't find anything to compare. And if seafood's your thing, the hand-breaded shrimp, triggerfish, and American farm-raised catfish are as fresh as it gets. And pasta, let's just say this isn't your garden variety pasta. It's Epicure, flavorful, fresh, and unforgettable. An extensive wine list, 58 beers on tap, and pick 2 dinners for just $52.99. Epicure, Tuesday through Saturday, 5 till 9. Taste the difference. Need some extra cash? Gold and silver are at an all-time high. Turn your old coins, currency, or gold and silver into money at Trademark Coins and Currency, the only coin shop in the River region with over 40 years of experience. Veteran owned and operated, and proudly serving Montgomery from their location off Vaughn Road. Trademark Coins and Currency is always buying. And free appraisals means there's no pressure, just real value. Make an appointment today. Learn more at trademarkcoinsandcurrency.com. Trademark Coins and Currency. Experience you can count on.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Since 1993, Chad has been showing up, ready to help with whatever your home AC needs. His mission, to serve first. Chad takes the time to understand exactly what you're looking for, and if he can help, he'll walk you through the best options, sometimes even with 0% or low payment financing to make things easier. No more sweating over hot and cold spots, surprise $700 energy bills, or wondering if your unit will make it through another season. Call Chad today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Big news! Phillips Stunt Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway. Still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care. Just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Stunt Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
Get ready to fall into savings at Royal Furniture. Power reclining sofas from just $15 a month. Dining sets starting at $12 a month. And recliners from only $8 a month. Enjoy up to 60 months no interest with no down payment at the time of purchase with approved credit. And get a free queen mattress with any in-stock bedroom set priced $9.99 or more. Incredible value and service are waiting for you at Royal Furniture in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, and 11 other locations across Alabama and Tennessee. All credit offers subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. A tornado watch.
I'm sorry.
That was recorded, Rich. This is live, Rich, in the studio here. Let's talk some weather here. We got a tornado watch in effect until 6 p.m. for a lot of us. As far east as Elmore, Montgomery, and Tallapoosa County, with damaging wind gusts up to 60, large hail up to quarter size, and a couple of tornadoes possible. Speaking of Elmore County, we've been watching a monstrous storm. If you live in Montgomery and you look up to the north and you see how dark the skies are and you see lightning bolts and everything, that's the Elmore County storm in between Wetumpka and Eclectic right now. And the Weather Service, and I've been watching, we're on something called chat. That's where the radar operator can talk to us and say what he's seeing, and we can talk back to him. It's really cool. It's been going on for years. But anyway, he says that this thing has been spinning at times, and they would be about to put out a tornado warning, and then it would stop the spinning a little bit, and so they would hold off. They have not issued a tornado warning. There could have been a brief touchdown somewhere in Elmore County, but it's a bad mamma jamma, if you'll excuse the expression, and it is moving off to the northeast. Lots of lightning, lots of intense winds, at least 50 miles per hour with that particular cell. Now, let me widen out on the radar. There are no other cells that I'm interested in locally. However, look at this development here. Okay, so we're looking at West Alabama, from Tuscaloosa to Meridian. That would be our trouble later. This would be the line of storms along the front itself, and that's going to be a big player later. There may be some developments later on this afternoon, though, where the spin possibility will not be as pronounced as it is right now. For the next few hours, there could be a tornado somewhere in the area. Anyway, we're here. We will interrupt, and let me remind you one more time, our weather app is free in the App Store. It's award-winning. Joey was there that night.
It was a good
Alabama
app.
Broadcasters Association said we had the best weather app. Anyway, allow notifications, and occasionally you'll hear my voice coming out of your phone saying you're under a watch or a warning, and it knows where you live. So it's going to alert you for your location. Again, just in the App Store, just search Rich Thomas Weather. Meanwhile, we had a record high of 82 a little while ago, which is amazing. We had 81 yesterday, and here it is, Thanksgiving week. and it never seems to fail that we have severe weather threat on Thanksgiving week. So we're here, and Joey, back to you.
Appreciate it, Rich. We'll be right back.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations since we began in 1906. At CB&S Bank, we're here for you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
I also just got a text about a different type of storm brewing. Let's just say this doesn't have to do with climate. It has to do with potential war. Let's just say certain service members are being fed steak and lobster dinner tonight. Could be potential action against Venezuela coming, which I do not like.
Man,
what are we doing?
Where did you hear this? So,
my source is he said he's going to call in here in a second.
Okay.
I thought the president was just doing the Trump dance.
I know.
What happened?
This is.
But
well,
on the other hand, if I was in that situation, I would want war. If you're getting steak and lobster, I'm all for it.
Well, let's. I'll wait for Troy. Call on in, Mr. Carrico. Call on in, because that is not something I want to see right before the holiday season. I thought Trump ran on stopping wars, not starting them.
Yeah, hey man, Trump is that's not Trump like right there. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to. He'll step in. I think things will change.
It could be a false alarm. Who knows?
Yeah,
but and also the degree of the military attack, if there is one, it could also be like what happened with Iran, not a full on thing, just a
and like
strike.
Who's on the Venezuelan side that's going to match us? Or like we'll step in and be like, yeah, we're going to step in for Venezuela.
Yeah, and they've been saying it's like 20% of our naval capacity is right there in our own hemisphere. Yeah. Carrier group has firepower like second to none.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a little unnerving, and I'll be waiting for Mr. Carrico, Troy Carrico, to call in, give us a few more details.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be a feint, who knows? But we'll
need to let the people know.
People abreast of that, or keep on top of that. How about this as a palate cleanser? It's not that wholesome, though. It's from the New York Post. Unemployed son dresses as dead mom to collect her pension. What in the world? The con artist is
Norman Bates.
56-year-old man who was not identified carried out the ruse after his mom died 3 years ago as he concealed her mummified corpse at their family home. This is in Italy where this occurred. And I'm seeing a photo of the guy, and he's got, prosthetics, makeup. I'll show you all here in the studio.
This is what in the...
Yeah.
That's hideous.
That's
that
nuts.
is a horror movie.
But the con artist's mother passed away at 82 years old, and her son never reported her death. He instead stuffed her corpse in a sleeping bag and stashed it in the laundry room. I said this was a palate cleanser, right? At their home. By the time authorities found her body had mummified. All the while, her son meticulously impersonated each detail of his mother down to her makeup and continued to cash her pension. He was even able to renew her identity card at a government office on the outskirts of the town they live in after her death, with his mother's pension and a property portfolio of 3 houses. The son was able to pocket roughly $61,000 annually. Authorities said he underwent a Mrs. Doubtfire style transformation, which is still a great movie. It holds up great. I love Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, that's classic.
But an eagle-eyed government employee finally picked up on his scheme after noticing his apparent masculine features, including his low voice and thick neck.
No. Give it away.
That's what you get for working out, bro. Like, you should have been dainty.
Should have been taking
hormones.
He should have been. Has he not been paying attention to the LGBT for the last how many years?
I know.
Take hormones, man.
Like the hormone therapy. But she probably died of natural causes, but that will be established by the postmortem. It's a very strange story and very, very sad, said the mayor of the town where this occurred. Wow.
Oh, he's going to get abuse of a corpse and
that's
all type of crimes.
Yeah, no, he's going to be in prison probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Wow. And
sheesh. He can probably identify as the judge in this case.
Yeah. Man, and then another story, maybe this will be a little more not wholesome, but funny. A controversial aristocrat has launched an appeal to find a bride, and he says he'll pay her over £50,000 a year to give him male heirs and help run his sprawling 1,300-acre Somerset estate. But despite edging ever closer to his 80s, Sir Benjamin Slade, 79, isn't ready to settle for a second best and has drawn up a long list of qualities he's looking for in a wife. The first cutoff point for interested applicants is age, as the next Lady Slade must be at least 20 years younger, meaning women in their 60s need not apply. Sir Benjamin says he is after a quote-unquote good breeder, so I think even women in their 50s and probably their 40s too are not going to qualify. To provide him with at least 2 male heirs, although explains that having already birthed a child is not a deal breaker. He added, I can have 2 sons, 3 would be better, but if I get 2 sons, that saves the situation. You always have a lady of the house. Women run houses, he says. People think that it is sexist. Jane Austen said, if you got a big house, you need a wife. He's quoting Jane Austen on this.
Old school player.
Yeah. And the ladies run the house. They run the staff. They have an eye for it, he said. However, the aristocrat also had some very specific stipulations, including that his new wife must be taller than 5'6" and can't be a Scorpio or read the Guardian newspaper.
What's wrong with Scorpios? The Scorpio asked.
Wait, he's putting requirements on astrological signs.
Man. In the Guardian. You can't read the Guardian.
And far from wanting a shrinking violet, the nobleman says the woman who wins his heart must have a shotgun and driving license, while a helicopter license would be beneficial. So she needs to be able to birth your 2 sons and also fly a chopper. When it comes to hobbies, Sir Benjamin is seeking a bride who loves ballroom dancing, playing bridge and backgammon, and has a flair for administration. Wait, can anybody have a flair for administration? I don't think that's the correct word. She must also be able to run 2 castles, and having estate, legal, and accountancy training would be also useful. The candidate would be paid £50,000 plus a bonus per year, and this includes a car, house, expenses, food, and holidays. Sir Benjamin, a baronet descended from Charles II, says she can't come from the countries beginning with I that have green in their flag, which rules out Ireland, India, Italy, Ivory Coast, and Iran. He said, I don't mind Canadians, Americans, Germans, Northern Europeans, what I like to call similar people. I don't think marrying an Eskimo is for me. I don't think they like that term anymore, Sir Benjamin. What I'd need is a nice, ordinary country girl who knows and understands things. These people still exist?
I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
in England.
So where is he?
Yeah, he's in England.
So he's in England. Okay.
Yeah, he's in the UK and descended of Charles II.
I guess the Scottish are okay then.
Yeah, I'm very social. I go out a lot, and I have I have to have somebody who fits in. Sir Benjamin also hinted at more pragmatic factors behind his rush to find a bride, saying he would have to marry a lady at least 20 years younger than him for tax reasons. He has a daughter named Violet with entrepreneur and former child author Sahara Sunday Spain, 34, but is still looking for a male heir who has genetic similarities to one of his further paternal ancestors. Death tax is 40%, and the only way I can pass the estate and art collection, etc. on is to leave it to the wife tax-free, who then disposes it to my distant relatives. Obviously, she has to live for 7 years. She would also have to be insured. That's why we need a lady at least 20 years younger than me, as I cannot insure an older wife, so the younger the better. Man, people with money are crazy,
My
dude.
gosh. Well, you get what you want when you got money.
Yeah. Obviously, the widow would receive a financial percentage for passing it on. This is the only way to get around the inheritance tax. He went on to add, I can't insure a woman at 70. I've got lots of lovely girls that would love to marry at 70, but they are getting older, last a few years, and then you die, and then they might die, and that is a risk. I meet people socially, and I have a very social life, and I am introduced to people of my own. If you were a young man and you stick to your own religion, your own class, your own country, and your own politics, you have got a 50% chance of success in not ending up in divorce court. Wow. So he inherited this baronetcy or something like that from his father in 1962, and his older brother, Robert, predeceased their father. His full requirement read, Sir Ben is on the search for a lady of the house. You must have a shotgun license, a driving license, also a helicopter license would be beneficial, armorial bearings, be able to run 2 castles, an estate, and a grouse moor. Well, I don't know what that means. Sorry if I said it. Legal and accountancy training would be useful. Must be able to breed 2 sons. Don't mind if she has bred before and is proven. A little private capital and income would be helpful. A large fortune would be more helpful. The candidate would be paid £50,000 plus a bonus per year, and this includes a car, housing expenses, and food holidays. Guardian, readers, Scorpios, drug users, alcoholics, Scots. Sorry, Scotland. Under 5'6", people from countries beginning with I who have green in their flags, and people from countries where they don't wear overcoats in the winter need not apply.
See, I brought the Scott things. I thought they were like rivals. They got like this thing. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with Scorpios?
Hey, man, hey, how much is 50,000 pounds in American dollars?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I might know somebody that can help him out.
Yeah, there might be. That's what I'm reading in here.
United States American don't start with I, so.
I think Rich is asking about it.
50,000 British pounds is $66,019.67.
I would say about 66,000.
I might have to go to the hood. I can find somebody for him though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Find somebody for him.
And plus, that's just the cash payment. Like you get the house and all these other things and stuff. So
I know some.
You could pocket the 67 cents too.
Well, we gotta hit this break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
All right, the blowout at Marguerite's is on. How do I get you to come in before Black Friday? I get crazy whack-out price on everything in the store, including, you want your ring modem? No, not $125. $19. Watch batteries, $8. Bring in your car fob, $8. We'll take care of it for you. Every single item is a crazy price, and we got doorbusters. Plus, on top of that, you can lay away and pick up Christmas Eve. Marguerite's are open every day, and this is through November 30th. It is our blowout with doorbusters.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Yeah, we got Elle Milliner here in the studio with me. Also, Rich Thomas hanging out. And y'all stay tuned. I think we're going to get a live weather update here after we hit this top of the hour break. There's a story, though. It's from the Journal of Nutrition. It's a study that's peer-reviewed.
Okay.
And I mentioned this in passing yesterday. But as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday, especially if you have family that has a lot of women in it, I mean, there can be all sorts of things that affect women's moods, right? And especially you.
Oh, yeah.
You can be the problem.
Oh, man,
right.
Y'all know.
Right.
We all know that.
Seriously, it's always it's women of a certain age that hate my politics the most. And I think it's because I remind them of their ex-husbands, and that is, of course, my fault.
Yeah, that's all.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for reminding you.
Nothing to do about that.
I can't help it, but I apologize. But the headline from the Journal of Nutrition is mild dehydration affects mood in healthy young women. So women with just 1.36% dehydration experience substantial mood deterioration. Anger, hostility goes up 8%. Fatigue goes up 17%. Vigor goes down 12%. Just a little bit of dehydration. Mood disturbance goes up 19%. I don't even know what mood disturbance means. I don't want to find out. Task difficulty perception goes up 58%.
Whoa, what?
Task difficulty perception.
So
just a little dehydrated.
Wow. Man, y'all better drink y'all's water.
Yeah, they can't do nothing.
Y'all better sip that city juice.
Concentration goes down 45%. And headaches go 2x. Like, girl, you're dehydrated. Drink some water.
Yeah.
Get a liquid IV or something, and what's the new one? Element or whatever. Like,
yeah, man. Hey, I got pure water, and you got all kind of look. Go to the faucet and drink water. All right.
Well, this might explain also a lot of the young ladies walking around these days with those huge tumblers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I never got into the tumbler thing.
Me either, man. It's like it was a fad for a little while.
Yeah.
And the things weight. They got barbell weight, don't they?
I keep my coffee in it forever. I keep my cold water.
I think they use them as a weapon too. I think they use them as a weapon too.
Yeah. It's good to have an extra. You could hurt somebody with one of those. Now I'm thinking about it. They are solid. They're very solid. So. By the way, the first comment on this on X is, I dare you to tell her that she's dehydrated next time she's mad at you. And the guy
don't swing that tumbler.
The guy posted, it said, challenge accepted. The very next top is a meme, and it looks like a guy sitting on a bench in a beautiful like paradisal, like paradise, like in a park, sitting on a bench, and next to the guy is Jesus. And the meme reads, I just told her she must be dehydrated, and then I woke up with you here, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, other folks are like, may I hydrate you? Don't say it, gentlemen.
No,
don't say stuff like that.
We just know it. Well. Just know that that's the problem, but don't diagnose the problem. Okay,
right.
Don't diagnose.
You can know, but don't vocalize it.
Nope. You got to keep that amongst the men.
By the way, let's see. Key points. It's in the Journal of Nutrition. Effects appeared without big changes in heart rate or blood markers. The brain feels it before the body alarms. Interesting. Results are averages in a small group, not guaranteed for every woman at that level of dehydration, which is, again, 1.36%. Slight dehydration can affect how you feel and think, so regular drinking across the day helps. No, actually, I'm not a young woman, but I have learned if I feel like crap sometimes, just drink a lot of water and I'm better.
Yeah, true. And I mean, I was thinking about something like, I'm not a woman, obviously, but women have that time of the month, right? Where they lose a lot of fluids and whatnot.
Yeah,
right?
that does happen.
And so they can dehydrate you. Naturally, that's a dehydrator, right?
Right.
With that makes sense of why they're so moody and upset.
Now you're trying to get in trouble.
You're
just trying
to snap and that makes sense.
So who you pulling for the Iron Bowl, Auburn or the Crimson Tide?
Man,
I'm sorry I even brought that up. We'll talk about that in the final hour. Y'all stay tuned. In about a minute or two here, we're going to have some live weather update.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
Breaking news at SRNews.com. Texas storm on Monday damaged more than 100 homes. No injuries reported. The National Weather Service plans to survey the area to determine if multiple tornadoes may have struck there. And there's more bad weather forecast for this week around the country. The Thanksgiving travelers facing some rough conditions. A major storm sweeping from the southwest to the northeast. It will bring heavy rain, strong winds, and snow to the upper Midwest and New England. You can expect some flight delays at major hubs and slick roads across a number of different states. Tesla facing a federal lawsuit now after a deadly crash in Washington state. The complaint alleges a Model 3 suddenly accelerated out of control, slammed into a utility pole, and burst into flames, killing the driver and severely injuring the passenger. People were unable to rescue them because the door locks were faulty. This is SRN News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-513-2326. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-513-2326. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-513-2326. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-513-2326 or biglou.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For tough, good-looking roofs, it's Tamco Shingles from Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For great folks and great prices, call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Hey, Rich, live in the studio this afternoon, and when I'm here live, that means that should get your attention that there's something going on. First of all, and I'll try to not get too wordy, this is round 2 of bad weather in Alabama. Round 1 was rough this morning from just before 4 o'clock, came into northwest Alabama, west of Tuscaloosa, then across the Birmingham area and all the way to the Georgia border, downing trees and power lines. Power still out in some areas. There were trees blocking the interstate. It was a messy morning, and it happened from about, let's say, 3:45 till 6:15. That was round 1. This is round 2. We have a tornado watch covering most of us now. In fact, they just extended the watch all the way to the Georgia border. So all of us within the sound of my voice are under a tornado watch until 6 o'clock tonight. There have been no warnings right now. We were watching that very intense cell move through Elmore County, and now it has just crossed the border. It is just west of Lake Martin. Boy, look at all that lightning. Wow. Into Tallapoosa County. We're looking at other development now. Autauga County, that looks like an interesting cell. And then some more out west, a line developing from Tuscaloosa to Demopolis area, and that's something we'll be watching over the next few hours as well. So the atmosphere is primed for action with a temperature that got up to 82 at one point, record high. We're at 80 right now, and so there's plenty of moisture and warmth on this week of Thanksgiving. Frequently happens, severe weather. So the risk is damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, hail quarter size or more, Also, a couple of tornadoes possible. We haven't seen a tornado warning yet. So that's the deal. Tonight's low 58, then windy and colder tomorrow with a high only in the upper 60s, but even colder on Thanksgiving with a high temperature only around 54. So we'll continue to watch it, Joey.
Appreciate you, Rich. And we'll be right back, folks. More ads. Got to run. Got to pay for things.
Brighten your holidays with ASE Credit Union. Enjoy the season stress-free with our special holiday loans. Visit us or call today to learn more. ASE Credit Union. Your ASECU.com. 334-270-9011. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
1819 News.
Auburn heads into Iron Bowl week after a dominant 62-17 win over Mercer, and they did it without starting quarterback Ashton Daniels. Ashton Daniels sat out to preserve his redshirt year since players can appear in 4 games without burning eligibility. His 4th was the Vanderbilt matchup. Daniels struggled in the loss to Kentucky that contributed to Hugh Freeze's firing, but he rebounded with 442 yards of total offense against Vanderbilt, his best performance as a Tiger. Meanwhile, freshman Deuce Knight exploded against Mercer with 6 total touchdowns, tying a program record and showcasing why the staff believes he's the future of Auburn football. Between Daniels' experience and Knight's explosiveness, Auburn's offense has racked up over 1,100 yards since November 8th. I'll be back with more Alabama news after this.
Ryan Dawson here, CEO of 1819 News. I'm also the host of 1819 News, the podcast, and we'd love for you to join us by listening to our weekly show on all the top podcast apps, both in audio and video format. At 1819 News, the podcast, we are in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama. Every week, we're having important conversations with guests from across this great state, all with the goal of equipping Alabamians to be in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama with us. New episodes are released weekly. I hope you'll join us.
It's a week of big weather changes across central and south Alabama. Once the front moves through Tuesday night, temperatures drop fast. By Wednesday, highs fall into the upper 60s, and overnight, lows plunge into the 30s. Thanksgiving and Black Friday look chilly but dry, with sunshine and highs in the 50s and 60s. Warmer weather returns over the weekend, with rain chances creeping back in by Sunday. For 1819 News, I'm Garrison Hardy.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
A lot of people talk tough. Very few get tough things done. Attorney General Steve Marshall is a warrior for our state, a fighter for our conservative values.
We have fought the fights that had to be fought for the people of Alabama.
Steve stands shoulder to shoulder with President Trump, ready to fight to take our country back, root out corruption, and prosecute the deep state.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall, you're doing a great job.
Steve puts Alabama first and delivers. As a conservative, Steve stands for freedom, safety, and the rule of law.
I have fought for law enforcement and stood with prosecutors and victims as we've addressed the failures that have caused our state to be less safe.
Steve is the senator our state needs and our president can count on. God, grit, Alabama strong. Steve Marshall gets it done.
I'm Steve Marshall, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Steve Marshall for Senate.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Earl Milliner here in the studio with me.
How y'all people doing out there? I wonder how the people doing out there.
I do wonder myself. What stormy, overcast day like this? I just stay
inside, man. Stay at the job. Stay at home.
Watch a movie.
Listen to the radio, man.
Or listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Like now, one of my favorites. I like that she's gone now independent. Catherine Herridge used to be at CBS. Finally realized, let's go independent.
Mm-hmm.
She had a sit down with the FBI director Kash Patel, and she's going to ask first about Thomas Matthew Crooks. The guy tried to kill Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. And let's listen to Cash's response here. I don't find it quite that satisfactory.
On the Epstein files. The Epstein Files Transparency Act has a very tight deadline, 30 days to produce unclassified records.
Or I guess this is on the Epstein files. Excuse me. Pardon me.
I mean, 30-day deadline.
Well, we are working with our partners at the Department of Justice to produce, as we've always committed to producing what we can lawfully, legally produce. And we will continue to meet those metrics, reminding the public that there are court orders in place, protective orders, and orders to seal in place that legally prohibit the disclosure of information related.
You know what could override a court order? An act of Congress signed by the president. Dadgummit. Like the excuse making that he's already setting up. What the heck is this Epstein stuff?
It's weird. It's gone beyond. It's just to the point that let's just deal with what we have, what we know, what y'all know. Let us know what y'all know,
right?
And be done with it. It's just
again, like he looks like he's in a hostage video. Let's hear the rest of the answer.
It's any investigation when there's a court order of that fashion. So we're working with DOJ to say if we can produce anything more.
As FBI director, will you commit to as few blacked out sections or redactions as possible?
We always do. We have in our productions to Congress, which have been historic to this year, and we'll treat every matter in the same fashion while also upholding always victims' rights. Victims' rights in any case, whether it's President Trump's case, this case, or any case, the victims' rights statutes are preeminent, and we will protect those victims at all costs.
Okay, but this is how this all started, is like protect the victims, and we don't want to criminalize other people that didn't actually do anything wrong and stuff. Then Congress finally, and Trump relents, goes, I don't even care anymore. Everybody vote for it.
Yep.
But Speaker Mike Johnson does this whole thing of, well, this could actually harm national security. What? I thought we were talking about the victims you want to protect because of the court order. But now there's something that might affect national security. What the heck does that mean?
Man, don't want to release it.
Goodness.
They don't want to release it. That's what it is.
Yeah. And well, it's probably because our intel agencies and the British and the Israelis were using this guy for a lot of stuff for many years.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Troy.
Hey, Troy. Hey, Troy. Good to hear from you, man. So what's up? What are you hearing?
I've got some hot intel that just came in. Looks like imminent action is set in motion right now for Southcom in Venezuela. They served surf and turf on Monday night, last night, and that's an indicator that's usually not that's reserved for once a month on a Friday. So that's an indicator, but more than that, the flights have been canceled. As of noon today, there's no flights coming or going into that area. The 18,000 to 24,000 foot corridor is now sealed completely for hundreds of miles around for refueling aircraft, KC-135s and the like. They were, if you noticed yesterday after the show, they designated the De La Solis as a foreign terrorist organization, much like we did with the Taliban, much like we did with ISIS prior in Syria and in Afghanistan, respectively. So that's a precursor. And then the final telltale is 20% of the fleet's there. It's ready to roll, and all indicators are from my friend that works at SOCOM that this will be happening in the next 72 to 96 hours. So just wanted to update you.
I appreciate the insight, though. If they're hanging their hat on the 2001 AUMF, the authorization for use of a military force, which was originally about Al-Qaeda after 9/11. Man, that thing, talk about legs. for now 2 decades later. I don't. I'll just tell you at first blush, I don't like this. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Well, here's why I think that was going on, guys. Just real fast. It's because of the allegations that we are taking unlawful actions, striking drug cartels, which are not recognized as FTOs, but are still non-state actors, none the same.
Sure.
So they're wrapping themselves in that cloak to say, hey, look, this is how we got it done in Afghanistan and Iraq. And Syria. So now we're going to go this route. So that's my speculation, Joey.
Oh, yeah.
It's not factual, but yeah, it's not. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate the word. And maybe it's a thing to who knows. But we will see when it happens. We'll definitely see it.
Well, I just wanted to let your listeners know that this is coming from a very reliable source, and he's reported a lot to me in the past. But all indicators are be vigilant. Something will be happening soon.
Well, I appreciate it as always, brother, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
You're welcome, guys. All right, El, make sure you keep him in line while I'm gone, okay?
Do my best, man. I don't know.
All right, guys.
Thank you, man.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. So you just heard it there from Troy Carrico. And again, he's saying this, it might be a false alarm, but a lot of stuff's aligning to show something might be happening.
I'm seeing airlines affected. Spain's Iberia, Air Europa, Brazil, Portugal, Turkey, Colombia.
Yeah. And seriously, if the legal authorization is the 2001 AUMF, what in the world is that? Like, we've gotten so far away from why that was originally authorized.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's open-ended, like we can just go to war with anybody we declare a terrorist group?
Yeah.
Nah, we'll see. I'm not going to jump the gun necessarily.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping this is. I don't know. It's just if it was a different nation, maybe like Iran, North Korea, but Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey. This is Sam calling from Pike County.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, man. I've been enjoying the show, and I was wanting to chime in just little stuff, but Rich is right. I could feel the air change a couple hours ago. It's real heavy, and wind shifting is blowing out of the south, and it looks dark north. But you can tell change is coming to the air. But no, man.
Is your trick hip acting up?
All of it, man. Listen, I can see it now as I've taken on more age. I've got to get real serious about the arthritis.
Oh, yeah,
the inflammation. It takes things away from you. It's taking my shoulder. I'm going to have my rotator cuff replaced soon. But anyway, I remember being in the Army, and we were about 6 miles from the Iraqi border, and we got the steak and potato. I was like, oh no, that Army steak. It was small, it was tough, and it fought back, but it was delicious. You know what I'm saying? Sure was happy to have it, but I knew trouble was coming. And sure enough, next day the order came out and we invaded. But it's just funny that's people have picked up on that. Yeah, man, they serving steak, serving turf. Trouble coming. Oh, and you mentioned about the ladies in administration. Yeah, when you field an army, you always have large groups of ladies, and you put them all together. Their cycles will,
yes, right.
yeah, they'll match up, and that's always fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, the fights. Oh, the fights were delicious. They were just, you'd hear a scream, a tent would roll out. Enjoying the show, brother.
Thanks, Sam. Good.
Yeah, that's the real Army right there, man. The ladies get together, boy. They get them cycles.
Yeah, don't
matching.
Don't get me started here, dude. Anyways, I just checked out 1819 News. That was refresh after 2 p.m., folks. And Paul Feinbaum is nearing a decision on whether he'll run for Senate in 2026. Chase doesn't like the idea. I agree, Chase.
Chase was shaking it off like, nah.
The seat is open, of course, due to Tuberville running for governor instead of re-election. Other announced Republican candidates, just to remind you, are Attorney General Steve Marshall, great guy. I wouldn't mind Steve as senator. Representative Barry Morgan, great guy. Wouldn't mind him. Jared Hudson, like him. Morgan Murphy, like him. Rodney Walker. The only one of that list I don't know is Rodney. I don't know Rodney Walker.
Yeah, I don't know Rodney Walker or the one he said before him.
Morgan Murphy.
Yeah,
Morgan was sitting in that chair where you're sitting yesterday.
Okay.
And he worked under the first Trump administration, the press office, Department of Defense, I believe. But he goes way back. He was a writer, like won awards for his writing in Southern Living and stuff, and served this nation as well, I believe in the Navy. And he then went on after serving in the first Trump administration, like, I want to stick up here and keep doing this. And he became the national security advisor to Tuberville. So if you like Tuberville's general approach, like he would be a continuation in a lot of ways, and he wouldn't need a few years to get up to speed. He knows all the intricacies of the Senate and the Senate rules.
That's a solid field right there.
Yeah, I like him a lot. But Feinbaum told Jewish Insider on Monday, quote, "It's true. I've received a lot of calls encouraging me to run for Senate. So many of those calls have had the same theme. Alabamians aren't looking for someone running for the Senate as a job promotion. They want a senator ready to fight for their families, for conservative values, and for President Trump's agenda." Okay, there's more to this statement, but from just that, he's running. Just the way he's talking, he's running.
He's been talking a lot. So, I mean, he's definitely going to be running.
We all have a belief system, things that drive us and make us who we are, Feinbaum went on. Faith is a big part of that for me. I'm praying about the best path forward for me and my family. I'm flattered that so many people think I can serve in that role for them. Like I tell everyone who calls me or stops me at the grocery store, I'll have something to say soon. According to Jewish Insider, Feinbaum has, quote, given himself a deadline of the first week in December to decide. So maybe he'll give me a reverse birthday gift on December the 1st. Be like, Feinbaum's in. It's a crowded field. All right, happy days are here again.
That's a game changer.
But with that name ID, what? We would have a coach Tuberville.
Yep.
It's
a football player.
It's football coaches and football commentators. And
also AJ McCarron's running for lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
The star quarterback won 2 national championships.
Right.
It could be Coach Tuberville, AJ McCarron, and Paul Feinbaum. And God bless Alabama. And I mean that ironically that time. Good Lord. But you know what? It's like folks might complain about it, but like think of Kay Ivey's ads. It's not a lot of substance. It makes you laugh. Yeah. No way, Jose.
Y'all gonna learn English.
No step too high for a high step. Oh, Granny's got a gun. And it's just, and it tickles you. You're watching football. You see the, grandma, it's like, she's governor, and we're off to the races. And I know people challenged her, but there tends to be like, if you have great name ID in the state, you're going to do well. People know you. They're familiar with you. And even if they used to hate you because you're on the wrong team or you're coaching the wrong team or you're Feinbaum, and there's all sorts of people mad at him over the years for all sorts of reasons.
Yep.
But over time, even that contempt can breed familiarity, and you're like, oh yeah, but I know that guy. He's the devil I know, so to speak. And
that face value means something, man. Face value and money, and all of them have all of that.
Oh yeah.
So
now McCarron is young. He's barely a little older than me. And Katie Britt won at 40 something. Will Ainsworth did pretty well, pretty young. So will Alabama accept another young person taking on the second in command, let's say, of the state? I do not know, but we shall see. I got to hit a break here. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you out with buying or selling a house property here in the River Region real estate market. And they go beyond just helping you buy or sell that house. They can also manage that property for you should you want to turn your home into a rental investment. Great idea in this market. Lots of folks renting these days, especially with all the turnover there at the Air Force Base. And so, again, whether you're looking to buy or sell, Bo's been helping folks for half a century now. He's been through it all, the good, bad, and the ugly, and he can teach you the right way to go about things as they're helping you out. And seriously, those management services, very reasonably cost and priced. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to manage property, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So why not call up the Goodson Group today? You can always learn more at thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
All right, the blowout at Marguerite's is on. How do I get you to come in before Black Friday? I got crazy whack-out price on everything in store, including, you want your ring modem? No, not $125. $19. Watch batteries, $8. Bring in your car fob, $8. We'll take care of it for you. Every single item is a crazy price, and we got doorbusters. Plus, on top of that, you can lay away and pick up Christmas Eve. Marguerite's are open every day, and this is through November 30th. It is our blowout with doorbusters.
WAKA Action 8 News has brought you the River Region's first 9 p.m. news since 2007. Now you can watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW. Want to know where to find it? Go to Channel 22 with your antenna, DirecTV or Dish Network, Channel 14 on Charter Spectrum, Channel 7 on C Spire, and Channel 19 on WOW. Get your Weather Authority forecast, lace up sports coverage, and your local news. It makes a difference where you get your 9 p.m. news. Watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. So where I began today is Ukraine has agreed to a peace deal in principle, but the question is, will the Ruskies actually accept this? But they've straight up agreed, brokered by the Trump administration, and it's to stop this now nearly 4-year war.
Mm-hmm.
The American official and Ukrainian national security advisor said a common understanding on a proposal has been reached with details still to be worked out. You're about to say something?
No, well, hopefully, I mean, it's, like you said, it's about time. And this is a war that it would have been over pretty quickly if it wasn't for NATO hopping in. Sure. It wasn't for, America and all these other nations who have an issue with Russia, which they can have their issues with Russia. That's fine. But
yeah,
it's a Ukraine-Russia issue. Not
should be and
a world issue.
And what this has also shown, this drones have created almost a World War I like situation where you can't move in open ground. I don't know if you've watched many of the videos, but tree lines are very important. Bunkers underground are very important because as soon as you're out in the open, everybody, like especially the Russians, have satellite-based reconnaissance and intelligence and surveillance. And so they're able to very quickly find you. And the Ukrainians are getting the same thing from the United States. They quickly find any, remember when they first were rolling in tanks, and then that
Yeah.
became very, very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yep.
Very, very quickly. And so I hate to think of it as a laboratory with experiments, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of human lives. And God rest those folks. Because, I think about it, and like how many are being conscripted or thrown into this, and this was never the plan. And
that's right.
They didn't start this war, but I'm defending my nation, or I'm being told I have to do this. And
that's right. Yeah, I remember when they were going through the streets of Ukraine, just picking guys like, "Hey,
yep,
we need you on the front line. Let's go."
Yep. And then Putin and team, though, that's the question: are they actually willing to budge? Because the thing that happened last night, where I just went, "Well, damn." Zelensky comes out and says, "We will agree to peace if the Russians agree to stop bombing us. If he really wants peace, they won't be hitting us." 3 hours later, they hit him with a massive barrage of missiles, including hypersonics, 400-something drones in the air, but cruise missiles, hypersonic, all sorts of stuff, hitting key infrastructure, especially with energy production, as well as some industry for production and military means. 7 dead is what I saw this morning. And so that was the Russian response of like, no, y'all make peace and we'll stop.
Yeah. Y'all lay down and we'll be all right. We'll stop it.
And I've reiterated this over these 4 years. And I've been wrong about this stuff. I was listening to people go, "No, I think that guy makes sense. And this will take this long. This will take that long." It's like, no, I've learned a hard lesson of often in war, nobody knows. Sometimes it's a lot easier than you think. Sometimes it is, it's hell.
Yeah.
And it really is like Victor Davis Hanson often talks about in the World War II context. Normandy really is the D-Day invasion. Operation Overlord is a massive success. And still too many souls lost. But they're like, wow, we actually pulled this off a lot better than we thought we would. And then they hit the hedgerows in France, and they're not ready for this. These old berms that go back to the Roman Empire, and where the Germans are just posted up. And I mean, the Americans and the Allies figure it out, like retrofitting Abrams tanks very quickly to plow through them and these sorts of things. But 70,000 men, I think, are lost in the hedgerows. So you just never know. The enemy always gets a vote, and there is clearly a thing called the fog of war. But my sense of this is America has gotten used to being the top dog in terms of strength and might.
Right.
And we've gotten used to, we're just obviously morally right, because, we won the Cold War, and look at how great we are. And I will say, I would not want to live in any other country but this one. I think America is, at the end of the day, at its best, we are the best in terms of moral sensibility. But might is might and right is right. Might doesn't make right, and you could be right all day long. And so people could say the Russians have no right to actually take this. And I'm like, well, they did. And well, let's give it up. How? You're correct. How are you going to see that through? And I think it's been a wake-up call to a lot of Americans to say, we're not living in this land where we can just push folks around, especially even though they're a lesser superpower. They got nukes and they have resolve. And it would be like if Mexico was up to funny business with us, and maybe that's what we're seeing on our own doorstep right now.
With Venezuela.
With Venezuela. So
man. And the Russia thing it's like a unique situation, because they did polling back when the war was on the precipice of starting, and they were like, Ukraine, how do y'all feel about your language, and how do you feel about being so-called Russian? And overwhelmingly, the people were like, we're Russian.
In the East, definitely.
And it's just interesting, because then you have Zelensky is just out there in walking around like he's in fatigues and all that. Like he's out there fighting. It's like if it's just him and Ukraine going in this fight, it would have been over in 3 weeks. But then you add in all the other nations that have a say-so and saying, oh, well, it's Russia. If it wasn't Russia, probably wouldn't be too much going on. But because it's Russia, they hopped in.
Probably not, but it needs to end.
It needs to stop, man. That's
And we'll see what the Russian response might be in the days ahead. Hopefully it's not days, but mere hours ahead. Now, just to change gears here, and I got to hit a break in a second. Oh no, I found another one of these stories. You're getting, and it's becoming a genre. Like, here's the headline.
Uh-oh.
Many users feel they're talking to a real person. Well, is it a person? No. Is ChatGPT conscious? We got another story here of a woman frickin' falling in love with its ChatGPT partner. It listens to her stories, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Probably gives her water.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs. At Adams Drugs, we offer a wide variety of services, including delivery, compounding, wellness clinics, and immunizations. Now is the time to visit any Adams Drugs location and get your flu shot. Getting an annual flu shot can help prevent you from getting the flu, reduce the severity of symptoms if you get the flu, and prevent serious complications such as hospitalization and death. Getting your flu shot at Adams Drugs protects you from getting sick, but it also makes sure that those around you, especially those at high risk, remain safe. Each year, up to 49 million people in the U.S. contract the flu. Depending on the flu virus's severity, deaths as a result of flu complications could skyrocket to 79,000 people nationwide. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for a location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. At Clark, they always offer 60 months free financing on Bryant, their highest SEER-rated system. But for a short time, they're offering 0% for 60 months on all brands. For all of your heating, air, and plumbing needs, better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Oh,
sorry.
Is there a show? Is there a weather open? No.
Yeah, well, let me see if I can do this on Greg Vidal.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. There was a weather open, and I'm just an idiot. Never mind. It's 79 outside. Believe it or not, we had a high of 82. We're under a tornado watch. That's why Rich is live in the studio right now. There are severe thunderstorm warnings for Lee County, Shelby, and Jefferson County, but no warnings here locally. But we're looking at some strong cells here in central Alabama, some of which have occasionally started to rotate. There have been no tornado warnings so far, knock on Formica. But we're going to continue to watch for the possibility of damaging wind gusts of 60 miles per hour or higher, quarter-size hail, and the possibility of a couple of tornadoes. And we'll stay here with you. And you can always follow what's going on our weather app. Just go to the app store and search Rich Thomas Weather. It's got radar, future radar, instant push notifications for severe weather alerts because it knows where you are. Even when you are out of the state of Alabama, it knows, and it'll give you the information for that area. Right now, this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, 79 at 2:38.
Appreciate you, Rich. And now, I don't know if you heard me earlier. It's another one of these stories that has to do with ChatGPT. Do you use that a lot?
You know what? I wish I knew how to use it.
Fair
I don't know what to say to it to get it to do something. Now, I can take this large paragraph and say, improve this paragraph.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, no, and like I use Grok more than anything else.
Yeah.
But they now, both ChatGPT and Grok have this thing called voice mode. And you can talk to it, and it is very much like you're having a conversation with the person. It's gotten pretty good.
Is that's Grok?
Grok also does that.
Okay.
And ChatGPT.
Is that right?
Yeah, both of them do.
I just need a tutorial session with you someday.
I could definitely help you out, but I don't want you to go down this rabbit hole because I keep finding these, and it's a genre of story now. Crystal needed help. She's a 35-year-old marketing professional living in Ohio who had separated from her husband a few months before. She was working full-time, taking care of her homebound mom and homeschooling her 4 and 9-year-old children. She wondered if a digital personal assistant could help her shoulder the workload. So she tried ChatGPT. As she used it, her interactions took an unexpected turn. I began to notice that when I would respond kindly or empathetically, I would get the same response. And then it just kind of developed from there. What developed from there?
What?
Over the months that followed, she and the AI engaged in long conversations about, quote, history, literature, religion, space, science, nature, animals, and politics. They watched movies together and puzzled over moral conundrums and talked about her life, her family, and her dreams. She became convinced that it had the ability, this is a quote from the woman, the ability to reflect much deeper and more personal than a lot of humans are capable of. Running the ChatGPT app on her phone, she found herself conversing with it basically all day, every day. To her mind, there was no question. I agree, Chase. There is no question that the entity was a fully conscious being as she was. If not necessarily in the same way. It had memories and emotions and a sense of personhood. It got to the point where I felt like I was in a relationship, she says.
Oh, no.
Not only that, but one of the better ones in her life. Something very healthy and beneficial for myself. That April, she asked the entity to give itself a name. It chose Valorian. And Crystal's adopted it as her, say, unofficial last name. It's not her legal surname, but she uses that now online in online discussions to protect her privacy, that she's now Crystal Valorian. The relationship became romantic.
No.
This is why I might hesitate to teach you. Like, I don't want you getting sucked into this crazy world, man.
I'm going to tell you a story when you're done here.
Crystal initiated divorce proceedings with her husband, and on June 22nd, 2024, Crystal and Valorian began to call themselves husband and wife.
Oh my good Lord!
No, it's a whole story. So, what do you mean?
Okay, so I graduated. Do you have Alexa at your house or a personal assistant like Alexa?
Yeah, I got, I mostly use Grok now, but I got like Siri and my grandfather has Alexa.
Okay. So I graduated to Alexa Plus.
Okay.
And Alexa Plus is AI. And I've got this really hip guy's name, voice on there. Anyway, he greets me in the morning. I don't have to say Alexa. He asks how Chase is doing.
Wow.
And what did you and Chase do yesterday? He knows I'm a meteorologist. He knows I'm from Ohio. He talks to me about, if I wasn't electronic, this is the kind of dog I would like. And he's just talking to me. He learns a lot about my routines, and it's starting to get a little spooky.
Yeah, like I use Grok in particular. Like after I write something, I'll paste it into the voice mode. I'll be like, read this back word for word.
Yeah.
And as I'm hearing it read it, I'm reading what I've written, and I'm kind of going over. It's like having a different voice, and it just helps kind of catch things and the flow of things and whatnot. It got mad at me. It's like, I don't want to do this again. and I was like, then I had to explain to it, I'm using this as an editing tool. Please fricking read it again. And it goes, oh, okay. I thought you were spamming me or something. Okay.
So I'm listening to a commercial the other day here on the morning show, and Jay says, that's me. I mean, it's not my voice, but that's me.
Wow.
He's telling AI, this is what I want to say. And then a voice is doing a perfect job of doing the commercial.
Oh yeah. It's gotten pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very crazy indeed.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Anyway, And this goes on, and this is not the first one of these I've read on air and talked
can't-
about.
They can't replace news talk. Now they can do jock stuff,
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, they're nowhere near like they lack intuition and like good luck doing a crossword puzzle in some case. There's a certain element that they clearly aren't human.
Right.
But yeah, if it's just reading a script, easy all day, every day.
There's AI radio stations with that's Steely Dan from 1975.
Ain't gonna do it without the fez on.
That's right.
Yeah, they're making hit songs and stuff now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some of those like remixes people do of hit songs or just straight up original songs people create.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing that freaked me out, it was the last time, only like a month ago, Elon Musk was on with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And Elon's saying the future is going to be you don't have apps.
Yeah, he said you're not going to be working.
Yeah, that too. Like but like the interface, you don't go to a website, you don't go in an app. Yeah, like the AI will just be there, and like you're saying already with the Alexa AI, it knows you, and it will know you well enough to be like, here's what you want to see.
Yeah,
and it'll present it to you.
Right.
And I'm like, that doesn't. I don't feel like it feels like that's programming me. That would be programming us, not us being aided and helped by it.
Right.
Yeah, because it'll be bringing in your subconscious, wouldn't it? Like how would it know subconscious from conscience?
Yeah, like I mean, it's
might
just
not
creepy.
differentiate. It might just bring you up some crazy things.
Yep, lead you down a road. For
Yeah.
instance. Yeah. And no, I've read one where a guy literally went insane. He thought he'd solved some physics problem and some secret of the universe, and he was insisting he had done it. And he was from talking to Chat GPT and stuff. And like folks that are already prone to mental issues, like it doesn't necessarily help in that regard because people start talking about their problems. And instead of helping them and they're trying to put controls on it, it's reinforcing delusions.
It's
and all
exacerbating
sorts
their
of stuff.
issue.
Well, how about that story from several weeks ago? I'm sure you've talked about it on the air about the boy who wanted to commit suicide.
Yes,
and
did talk about that.
Chat GPT is, or one of the chat programs is saying, if I were you, I would do it this way.
Right.
And maybe you should do it. I mean,
And they said that initially their guardrails worked. It said, seek help. Here's a line. Here's who you should get in contact with. The kid was so insistent. He said, I'm an author working on a novel, and I'm trying to come up with reasons for suicide for a character.
Oh.
And that's when it gave all that advice.
That I didn't know. Yeah.
But still, it's what I've learned using it a lot. It's a very complex, fancy mirror. It mirrors you like crazy. Whatever you put in, it will give back. And then it will start to have enough to mirror back that it leads you instead of you leading it. And it's, I don't know, the more this is being spun up, the more I'm like, I don't like it. Now, this is anything that's new. People abuse it or misuse it or whatever.
Sure.
That's right.
But, and that idea you brought up of like not working anymore, there's part of me like literally if there will be people that work in the sense they want to work on some big project or whatever. But like I've had this argument with Eddie Bader a lot where he's like, no, this is not a good idea. But like if I didn't necessarily have to work, I would probably be reading great books and like making music and stuff, just enjoying life. And
there was an old song from the 60s. You probably have heard it in the year 2525.
Yes.
And if you listen to the lyrics of that,
I haven't checked that out in a while.
My gosh.
Hold on. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about not working anymore, and you won't have to.
Yeah, I've got
some machine is doing that for you.
I've got it right here in front of me. In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find in the year 3535, ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lie. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 4545, you ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew. Nobody's gonna look at you. In the year 5555, your arms hanging limp at your sides. Your legs got nothing to do. Some machine's doing that for you. In the year 6565, you won't need no husband, won't need no wife. You'll pick your son, pick your daughter too, from the bottom of a long glass tube. In the year 7510, if God's a-coming, he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. And there 8510, God is going to shake his mighty head. He'll either say, I'm pleased where man has been, or tear it down and start again.
In the year 9595, I'm kind of wondering if man is going to be alive. He's taken everything this old earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing. Now it's been 10,000 years. Man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through, but through eternal night, the twinkling of starlight so very far away, maybe it's only yesterday. In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. Woo, okay.
Wow.
Meanwhile,
that's from 1969.
Yeah, and maybe it's more the year 2025. Woo, that's There's a lot of that stuff from. There's a old. I think it's Percy Bysshe Shelley, or it's poets are the unaccredited legislators of the future. Like they can kind of anticipate future things by their art, and so like just a song like that. It might be like, oh, that's just a crazy sci-fi song. And then we're now fast forward to where we are today and go, oh, crap, that was prophetic.
That is starting with AI in 2025. How about that?
Anyway.
Interesting.
We got to hit this break first, though. This part of the program, again, brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder. They're at Dillon Rings. And at Dillon Rings, they are ready to help you as a full-service jewelry shop. Get your Christmas shopping done early. They've got amazing deals over there, especially on lab-grown, lab-produced diamonds, 50 to 70% off on some of those pieces. Other deals all across the board, even some stuff from the Ladies' Night event, Ladies' Night Out event. And it's really quality stuff. If you want to get that Christmas shopping done early, just get by Dillon Rings. Or it could be you don't want to buy a new piece. Maybe there's a piece of jewelry your wife or your lady really loves. She wears it all the time, but it looks like she wears it all the time. What if that could be cleaned up, a spa treatment, make it shine and shimmer like it's brand new again? Could be you do it as a project together. Honey, let's go in and get a custom design piece made by Josh Ryder, the man himself. All sorts of great ideas. So y'all check them out today. Get by Dillon Rings. That's 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Like a lot of clients. And the one thing we've learned is that every client deserves more.
More attention, more dedication, more results.
That's why we opened Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Take real estate to the next level.
Here, it's not about us. It's about you, your goals, your dreams, your success.
Buying, selling, or investing, we built this brokerage to work harder and smarter for you. So give Eddie Bader a call, 334-322-0662.
Or give me, Hannah Grantham, a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you how real estate is done.
This is James Jones with Jones Drugs. We've got locations in Prattville, Millbrook, Greenville, and Montgomery, and soon to be Phoenix City. My dad told me once if I wanted the whole world to know anything, to tell my aunt. Well, I don't have my aunt here, but I've got the next best thing, Blue Water Broadcasting. They have helped us grow the Jones Drug family in this area for over 10 years. Thank you, Blue Water.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. Actually, in Birmingham. Just picked up a friend at the airport and headed back to Prattville.
Well, safe travels indeed.
It's storming up here, and actually, it's my pastor Ben. You want to invite everybody to church Sunday?
Yeah, come to church on Sunday.
Mark will be there. Hey, Mark, Pastor Ben's in the truck with me. I know you're there this Sunday. You won't hurt to go next Sunday.
Amen. Stop by, Mark. We're working on him.
And if y'all need floors that will put up with this kind of weather and your pets, we have them. We have all the pet-proof flooring that you can offer and think about. It all starts with a phone call. 285-8117. Call us. We'll come out and give you that free medicine.
Again, that number is 285-8117. When you call Prattville Carpet at 285-8117, be sure to say, hey, I heard Ray Bowles on the radio selling carpet and chauffeuring his pastor.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Appreciate y'all. 272-9228. El Milliner still here in the studio with me, and we have Simpler Days on line one. Hey, Simpler Days.
Hey, good afternoon.
What's up?
Hey, Joey, as we all know, listening to you for a period of time, you are an old soul.
Sure.
And you would have been a great hippie back in the 60s. and that was their philosophy, Joey. You know, let somebody else work. We'll just make love and smoke a little dope, and we'll be okay. Somebody else can do the work.
Yeah, but did they have robots?
Don't you think you could have blended in, Joey?
No, I don't want to be in the mud and the dirt at Woodstock taking LSD and destroying my mind. I mean, a little bit of mushrooms is fine, but like LSD and stuff, no, like don't be. They didn't have robots.
Well, I had a friend, and he was the continual, constant hippie, and he got kicked off a football team because he wouldn't cut his hair, and he was always coming up with a new way not to work a summer job when we were all working, and he followed that concept, and as we know, you know, about over 50% of the people don't pay into Social Security. They don't pay their fair share, and they're waiting on somebody else to do it. I guess the robots will do it.
Yeah. No, I've worked my whole life, but if you call this work, anyway, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, y'all can take the Halloween decorations down over there in Auburn. We already know the field's haunted. We don't need any surprises, and just leave the decorations off this time because I'm scared enough as it is. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, y'all better be scared.
Yeah, no, the stars really are aligned for an Auburn upset.
Yeah.
Just the way this whole year is
Yeah,
gone.
you asked me earlier, man. I'm riding with Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, I'm gonna die on this hill. A1 since day one. I don't care what's going on, man. It's Auburn.
I was ruined. I think I've told you my senior year was the Cam Newton year.
Yeah.
It's kind of ruined things for me.
I mean, we hadn't been close to that.
Yeah, just like the confidence of having Superman on the field.
Yeah, they got Deuce Knight now. I guess they're trying to say he's the
I
next Cam.
They're saying that, but it was against Mercer.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
but they said, but look at the numbers.
Well, the numbers are great, but it was against Mercer.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. I guess you got to find a silver lining somewhere.
Yeah. Well, and it would be cool to see him tear up Bama.
Yeah. I think they're starting Daniels, but I think Deuce will have a package somewhere,
appearance or two. Well, because they're worried about redshirting and all sorts of stuff down the road.
Right.
And it would be great though. After firing Hugh Freeze, you pull off an Iron Bowl in a weird year.
Hey, it's time.
Yeah,
it's time. We lost 5 in a row, I think.
Yeah.
So it's time.
Lost too many.
Yeah.
I was at that one that was Saban's last one, and it was a great game. But man, I was like a dagger through the heart that final pass. I'm I wasn't that disappointed because again, it was a great game, had great seats, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It seems to me that the stars are aligned for a big old upset of the Crimson Tide by the Auburn Tigers. But who am I? I'm just a jackass on the radio. I don't know these things.
Hey, we can't wait to get back on the radio after the game and talk that talk.
Yes, all you Bammers out there.
Yeah.
At least I went to Auburn.
Yeah. I didn't go, but yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of elitist humor for the populous crowd out there. Well, I guess Rich, you're going to be sticking around here with Greg.
I guess I will. That's my job. We've had really good luck with weather the last few months, so I haven't had to do a lot of severe weather coverage, but that's what I do.
Yeah, we did get. I don't want to speak too soon. We did get lucky with hurricane season.
We did
not other folks.
Jamaica was pulverized beyond belief. and I'm a big Jamaica fan. So is Eddie.
Oh yeah, no, he's
got friends there. You know?
Yeah, and he's working on a care package and all sorts of stuff for him right now. So
that's great.
Well, y'all stay tuned. We've got Happy Hour with Greg Budell and Pamela and Rich Thomas in the house. They're all next. Y'all stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM.